All right, we're back. This, I think it'll probably just be 2 more parts. We're going to go through all the fates I currently have that I can do. Ooh, some of these, okay. Quite lengthy, as you can see. Some of them, I think I'll be able to get hers. Yeah, because, okay. So some of them will be completed, others will not be. That I'll do on my off time. But yeah, this we're going to go through all the fates on this part, and then the last part will be online stuff or quests that I can do. I'll probably make that a Twitch stream, so if you're on Twitch, you probably catch me on Twitch. This will be an old video by the time it comes out, but yeah, that's the game plan for now. So let's check this new one about Mr. Fitsit.
I'm gonna go get this report turned in.
Much thanks, Captain. Paperwork is...
Since the crew started helping Id with his job as the new Mr. Fix-It, we'd been really busy. The shop was completely flooded with requests. Those sad days when the Islanders didn't trust Id, they seemed like a lie now.
Lyria, how are you feeling today?
Id asked me that every time we met.
We're all worried about you. How's the lifelink holding up?
Right, our lifelink. Everyone thought it might have weakened when I was absorbed by Angra Mainyu. Honestly, I had been really scared back then. But now, with the weight of the sky off our shoulders, I felt better than ever. I flashed Vern and Id a smile to let them know.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I was like, what kind of flash are we doing?
Brought back memories, and I realized Id still knew almost nothing about our adventures. I began by explaining Catalina's daring rescue of me and our escape from the Erste Empire. Then I described the big trees of Zinkenstill and the Imperial Hydra, and the sad reason I needed to make the lifelink with the captain. Eventually, we met Rackham and Io, Rosetta and Eugen. And before we knew it, our ship was full. It's really amazing how much our family has grown. The whole time I'd sat there, in silence, yes, but I could tell he was giving me 110% of his attention.
Since getting to Zega Grande, we've had a heck of a wild ride. But now that things have calmed down, we can get to making some good memories.
Sure.
I think I'm starting to understand Id. Sure, he has 2 modes, cold and colder. But if you really pay attention, you can see he has a warm enough heart.
Aww.
Id, the captain, the crew, you're the best friends I could ever ask for. Here's to hoping we'll be together forever.
Okay, nice. Pretty big stats increase. No backing down. So we got one here, then a boss battle or a fight here, and then just 2 more. Okay.
After some exciting paperwork, I returned to find Lyria and Vern taking Id on a walk down memory lane.
Oh, about the
seen
time
some
he got
amazing things.
kidnapped her.
This was coming from someone who survived Lilith's schemes and won a mind battle with a god dragon. I guess game recognizes game.
It's all because the captain looks out for us. Yep, my butt is epic. You saw him save Lyria and this whole freaking skydom?
I turned to look at Vern, open-mouthed. Where was all this coming from?
I'm just trying to be vocal about my appreciation, remember? So yeah, take care of Lyria and keep up the good work.
I could certainly manage that. Oh, just remembered, Sierra got us a whole bag of sweets as thanks for all our hard work. Lyria and Vern exchanged a glance so charged, I thought the air between them was going to burst into flames.
You should have told us that first. Early dragon gets the grub.
Hey, no fair! Come on, Vern, wait!
And just like that, they were off. Foodies, right?
Captain, you got a moment?
I turned around, about to ask, you want some too? but one look at Id's knitted brow, and the question died on my lips.
Let's duel.
Did I just hear that right? Why, though? Did he have something against cookies?
Yes.
Sorry. It was the stories about your adventures. They put the thought into my head.
Oh, that's why. Nah, I still got nothing.
I want to protect Lyria just as much as you do.
He stalked away then, and left me staring after him. I was still having trouble piecing together his train of thought, but one thing was clear. He was doing it for Lyria's sake.
Lyria. Okay. So it's just me. So it's like a one-on-one. Or I can't. Oh, yes. All right. Put myself back in here, pushing forward.
The duel was to take place at Halewind Altar. Lots of memories there. It's where we first met Id. Where I lost to him. And Lyria was taken from us.
Do you guys really have to do this?
Yes. For the cookies.
Now, right? Friends don't fight each other.
Sometimes.
Lyria and Vern tried to talk me out of it the whole way there, but I just kept thinking of the look in Id's eye. He wasn't going to back down. And I respected that.
Captain.
I want to kick him in the balls.
Into the distance, like a statue set to guard
Best
the
strategy.
altar. He turned when he heard our footsteps.
Now that we've gotten to know one another, I've come to realize something. There's no one that can keep Lyria safe better than you.
Thank
He
you.
took deliberate steps towards me. But this was nothing like the first time we met. He'd been terrifying then, like a hydra closing in on its prey. But now, there was something softer about the light in his eyes. You could tell he was there to help.
You're the real thing. A hero. You didn't just save Lyria, you saved the skies. And I thought, maybe if we crossed blades again, I'd learn something. Something that would help me be more like you.
Id.
I finally got it. Id and I. There was still a part of us that couldn't tear away from that fateful day at Halewind Altar. When Id had been a bad guy.
So this
And
is
I'd
like the
been
what
too
if I was
weak
trying
to
not to
protect
be
Lyria.
protect her.
But things were different now. And this
I went through
fight
my
was
training
going
arc.
to prove it. I'm not losing this time.
I'd be disappointed if you did.
I drew my sword and took the first step forward.
And kick him in the shin.
I do this. Give me everything you've got.
Okay, right back at you.
Mercy.
Please, just promise me you two will be careful.
I have. Keep on.
Really?
I mean, we already knew this, but it's pretty much unstoppable.
We'll see about that.
I believe in you, bud. Show him how much you're powered up.
I've grown too. Now begin.
Let's stay
Let's
cautious.
up the ante.
Gonna take more than that to beat me.
Patience is thinning.
Oh.
You won't escape me.
Whoa.
Yikes!
Send down.
Nice hit.
No matter what happens, I'm not backing down.
Revive!
Suffer. I have. You're mine. Eat this.
It's working! I doubled that! Here goes!
Bad.
So,
I knew this would be an easy fight.
you're no slouch yourself.
Bruised, but still smiling. That's my bud.
Patience is thinning.
Still
can't escape me!
Close one!
Sentence!
Gotta focus! Storm on Vegeta! Can't beat me!
You're
Miss
dust! Perish! I have.
Okay. Ooh.
Thank you, Captain.
No. Thank you.
I did it. Kick him in both shins.
I won. I stood, almost doubled over with my hands on my knees, trying to remember how to breathe. Id staggered over and stuck a clenched hand in my face. Yeah, of course he'd go for a fist bump. I tapped his knuckles lightly with mine, and just like that, we were back to being loyal crewmates. That duel had blown away all our regrets. No more looking over our shoulders. It was time to move past, well, our past.
We've moved forward. Okay, got an extra slot, means extra stats. Because if you look here, let's see. That could help her for sure.
Yes, can I help? What do you think?
Oh, who they looking? Wait, I can't tell. They're fighting or
Hey,
looking for
heard
something.
about your little spat with Id. Wish I still had that kind of energy.
Eugen gave me a hearty slap between the shoulder blades.
The chills I got when watching them. Man, they were going all out.
At least we didn't have to summon
Of
Bahamut.
course, Vern had told everybody. I could appreciate honesty and openness throughout the crew, but I clearly needed to have a talk with that dragon about minding his own business.
So you're jealous Lyria's making new friends? What, do you have a crush or something? Yo, don't be silly. That's not what this was about at all.
Oh,
As Lyria tried to explain the situation, I stood there with a smirk. She's cute when she's flustered. It had been a wild ride, but things were finally back to normal. I couldn't get the duel with Id out of my mind. He had been a perfect storm, placing his whole heart behind every blow. I had to remember what I was fighting for to even stand a chance. To be honest, I still don't think I'm stronger than him. I won this battle, yeah, but both of us are still changing, still growing. Who knows how it'll turn out if there's a next time? But I doubt we'll ever need to fight like that again. It trusts me now.
but she didn't realize
I can
the
feel that
DLC
just as
tells
much as I felt
otherwise.
the shock of his sword clashing against mine. Trust is nice, but it always comes with responsibility. Still, that's the weight I signed up to carry when I became the captain of the Grand Cipher, and took Lyria's hand all that time ago.
Pretty good stat increase. All right, this is the last one. Best friends in the world. I wonder if I don't know if there's achievement. We'll see.
We really don't get a break.
For sure. It felt like everybody in Zega Grande had a job for Mr. Fix-It. Today's request? Just taking down a monster that can demolish a small village with a sneeze. No biggie. Vern, could you get us some potions?
You betcha! Liquid health coming right up!
Lyria, we're about to head out. Mind letting the rest of the crew know?
Sure, no problem.
I took a deep breath, letting it settle in my chest before releasing. We had a game plan, of course, but you never know how these things will go. Timing, coordination, everything had to be perfect.
We'll be fine. I trust you, and so does everyone else.
Id put a hand on my shoulder, and somehow, that weight steadied me. We'd figure things out. We always did. I exchanged a nod with him, and we headed for the docks. The rest of the crew was already there, waving their arms in the air. From the smiles on their faces, you'd think we were going for a tropical vacation in a goose day. Well, either way, I was sure we'd all come out of it in one piece. We had a bright future ahead of us.
No, I mean, oh, it is an achievement. Complete a faded episode. Okay, epilogue, fail. Lyra's diary entry. Okay.
Another letter from Al arrived. Hazel had fully recovered and was bouncing about with unbridled energy. Al had returned to work on the reconstruction site and was working twice as hard to make up for lost time.
Is it just me, or is his writing messier?
It wasn't just Vern. Not only were there more missing words and misspellings than usual, the lines of Al's letters were harsh and tangled. Evidently, he'd scrawled them in a great hurry between jobs.
I got a bad feeling that next up, it's gonna be Al himself stuck in bed.
Yeah.
I shared Vern's sentiment. This was a boy willing to pick herbs from death's very garden for his sister. There was not an ounce of self-restraint in his character. I could only hope that he would emerge from this trial unscathed.
We'll see about that. Cry for help.
Reading Al's third letter made my head buzz and my hands go numb.
Help! Hazel got sick again. Doctor says you don't know what's happened. The medicine we made don't work no more. What do we do?
It struck me that I, a Skyfarer they had only met once, was all the help these children had left to turn to.
Catalina, I'm worried about Hazel.
Lyria, who had been reading over my shoulder, looked as pale as death, and I thought I heard the fierce thudding of her heart.
Oh.
Let's head back to Folka, quickly. We learned not long afterwards that the captain, who at times seemed to command a sixth sense, had already asked Rackham to set course for the city. Al, Hazel, don't lose hope. Help is on the way.
Okay. Play as her.
When we arrived at Folka, Al came out to greet us. I noticed he wouldn't meet any of our eyes and ducked his head like he was hiding from the world. The doctor had examined Hazel from head to toe, but as far as his eyes could tell, there was nothing wrong with her.
Hazel says all she needs to get better is some Wraith Ring eggs, but I just don't know.
Al's voice was so small, I could hear the distance between us. Not physical, but emotional. He explained reluctantly that the Wraithwing was a bird which lives among the ancient ruins of Dali Island.
Actually, forget it. We've made you guys do too much already. We'll figure something out.
His smile didn't quite
Let me
reach
guess,
his
we're
eyes,
going to go help
which
him
were
out.
enclosed in dark circles. The reconstruction effort must have been hounding him, and he was apparently not its only victim. Hazel had fallen ill around when Al began overexerting himself. I think I see what's going on here. Gently pushing aside Al's objections, we left to search for a Wraithwing nest. The task ahead, though dangerous, was for brother as much as it was for sister. Leave the front line to me. This area seems promising. Be on the lookout for tracks. This is quite a rare find. We'd better add it to our provisions. It may come in useful later. What's this?
This cargo's sure been roughed up.
Large talon marks and scattered feathers. The culprit is probably a Wraithwing.
Let's see if it's left any other tracks.
No, we'll see. Oh.
Look! More feathers! I think we're getting warmer!
Catalina! Catalina, over there!
That's it. It matches the description perfectly. That's our Wraithwing.
Ah! What's with all the party crashers?
Stay calm.
Oh.
I'll get us out of this. Ready yourself!
Don't underestimate.
Enough of you! Finish this!
Can't keep up.
I need your power! The time is right.
Refreshing.
I need your power!
Oh.
Nice! Now come on! We've got a bird to catch!
I'm sure it'll be nice and easy.
These stupid monsters don't quit! You ready, Cat?
Always. I'll freeze them in their tracks. The top.
No mercy!
Meet your end!
My God.
Here we go!
You have my blade!
Keep it up!
Understood. Let's go, Captain. I need your power!
Alright, should be the last one up ahead.
Look, the bird. It's watching us really
Ooh.
closely.
Whoa! Looks like it's got giant talons and a nasty temper. Be careful,
Stop them!
Catalina!
Oh, it's all right, Vern. I won't let that overgrown turkey hurt us. Let's go.
What do you think?
We'll conclude this. I need your power.
What do you think?
Don't move.
I was really hoping I could have hit it.
They're open. Bury them. Wow.
I could do
Pin them down.
I think it's protecting something.
Wait, did I kill it that quickly?
Take that, you big chicken!
Now we just need to search the nest and collect the eggs. I can't help feeling guilty, though.
We're so sorry, Miss Wraithwing. We promise we won't take more than we need.
And then we leave a little
No chance.
baby griffin by itself, and y'all. Now we gotta take the griffin with us.
I took our prize to the dining hall. But weighing on me was the thought that Hazel had likely told Al a white lie. It's said that one bite of a wraithwing egg sends waves of energy coursing through your body. I guess that she wanted the meal not for herself, but for her exhausted brother.
I'm so sorry.
My suspicions were confirmed when I returned from the canteen to find Hazel apologizing to the crew.
Oh.
Catalina, we need to tell you something.
I cut Al off. I knew speaking the words would hurt him. It was better that he didn't give sound and substance to unnecessary guilt. I don't know what's troubling you, but you have to eat. It's the only way the two of you will get better. Food and comfort. That was all I could afford them.
I'm glad. Got the sigil for her. Alright, so she's not level 60, so we can't finish hers off. But we can go to him. We'll do his.
The Nautilus is skyworthy?
I wasn't sure which was greater, the helmsman's confusion or Kent's enthusiasm.
Yep. We've got one last bit of patching up to do, but she'll be ready before you know it. Isn't that exciting?
No.
Unexpectedly, the helmsman's confusion shifted into something darker. I decided to pry.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have you back at the helm in no time. Unless you're getting cold feet or something. Yep, hit the nail on the head. The look in his eyes was unmistakable. He feared the skies. Despite his attempts to hide it, his fists were balled up and trembling. I knew the signs well enough. It wasn't my place to snoop further. From his perspective, I was just a busybody trying to dredge up a dream he'd long laid to rest. What could I do anyway? This was something he had to deal with himself. But hey, if I got through it, anyone could. So I did what I could. I put my hand on his shoulder and gave him a sympathetic nod.
Okay. We gotta deal with a horde. Alright.
I'm sorry, I don't think I can do this.
It was a bombshell no one wanted to hear, especially as the Nautilus's repairs were finally wrapping up.
What are you talking about? This was our dream, wasn't it? What did you...
I'm afraid, okay?
A heavy
Damn.
silence permeated the room. It was uncanny how much of my former self I saw in him. Actually, uncanny's not the word. It was downright painful. See, to pilot an airship, you gotta make peace with the fear of flying, a close cousin of the fear of death.
Well, yeah, because you're up
You
there in the air.
afraid? Aren't you a trained helmsman? I knew exactly how he felt, but decided to play dumb. His response was so faint, I wasn't sure if he'd said anything at all. Turns out, he made a bad call during a practice flight and crashed his vessel. Barely escaped with his life.
I don't want this dream to die, but my arms shake whenever I think of taking the wheel again.
Poor kid, he hadn't figured it out yet, but I knew how to teach him. Real shame the Nautilus won't have a helmsman. Maybe I should take over, till you're feeling up to it.
No. The Nautilus is our ship.
He took the bait. Fair enough. Then come with me for a ride on the Grand Cipher. If you've got the grit for it, I mean. It was a risky gamble, but I had a feeling Lady Luck was on my side that day.
Really?
Well, another day, another dime.
I'm so glad nothing will go
It even has an
wrong.
autopilot mode?
She's got it all, kid.
Why did Rackham bring us aboard?
I'm not quite sure myself, actually, but it is kind of fun.
Rackham! We've got company!
No.
It's
No,
go
no,
time.
I'm too young to die.
Oh, I didn't actually mean.
I'll handle this.
It's over!
Clean the eyes! Heads up, people!
Shoot them down.
Take that! Go time! Here comes the big one! Got him! Been saving them. That all?
I didn't know that can even hurt myself.
There's more of them!
Just stay calm. I won't let you get in harm's way. I promise. Trigger finger's itching. Take him!
You take the lead.
On to greener pastures.
I'll watch our
Let's get going.
You've got it!
No falling under my wall.
Taste defeat!
Beautiful art, then. What do you think?
He's literally pretty broken as a character. Like he's straight up just like hold the X button.
Bet it all on the bullet.
1,000 cuts!
Help me out. You like that? That'll teach him.
Let's keep it up!
Rain hell on him. Bring it. Sucks to be you. Bring out the big guns. Blast up.
Can't keep up. Full blue.
Ever tasted lead?
It's go time.
Great. Now we gotta deal with these pests too. Always expect the unexpected. Because in the skies, life and death fly cheek by jowl.
Expect the unexpected.
Stuck the landing on that one.
Thank you!
I adore you.
Oh, that would be so cool if they just died from height from falling.
You want more? Don't. There now. Full blue.
Come on.
Bury them.
Let's go!
Got anything left after that?
Of course.
I'm
insatiable.
Bring out the big guns.
What do you
It's
think?
over. Been saving this one. Heads up. Serves you right.
I can't believe he took down those wyverns.
Have at 'em.
Skyfarers are a whole different breed,
This is gonna burn.
Stay sharp! We've got more
That all?
wyverns coming our way!
So the first horde was just recon, huh? Bring it. They'll go down all the same.
I think I'm starting to get it, Rackham. Why it is that you fight. I mean, you want to take to the skies? You've got to be ready for the storms, right?
Yeah. When you
Yep.
truly believe in a dream, the risk of danger, it's a small price to pay.
A dream, huh? I let fear get the best of me, and I guess I lost sight of what's important.
Little present for coward.
Shall we dance?
Thanks, Twain.
That was nothing.
It's go time.
Bring it. Fire in the hole.
Follow me!
Watch this.
Who's ready to finish
Move
this?
it. Yeah. Got sights on it. Piercing. Punishment.
No mercy! Here goes.
Rain hell on him.
Can't keep up.
Fire. Now's our chance.
Let's do
This
it!
rose
Don't let them
bites.
escape.
Don't drop your guard, guys.
Caution before
You got it.
valor,
I'll
as
keep a
they say.
lookout.
Bring out the big guns.
All my friends. What do you think?
Blast off.
There.
Such.
Damn. I was bullying them.
That's the last one. Now then, take a good look around. Tell me that ain't a guy worth putting your life on the line for.
Yeah,
Hot enough for ya?
it's really something, huh?
Don't let
I
up.
never knew it could be this
Go
beautiful.
time.
Ah!
Glad that's over with.
Incredible! The skies are so vast.
Wow.
So that's what the town looks like from up high.
What a relief. I was worried the monster attack had only made things worse for the would-be crew. But the gamble paid off. The helmsman's eyes lit up with newfound determination.
The Nautilus will fly, and you can bet I'll be at the helm.
The skies have a way of making us understand. I'm just glad this kid decided to listen.
Yay. Alright, so he gets a sigil. Everybody gets a sigil these days. I never gave him a tough hat too. Okay, call for volunteers.
Hello.
More fates. Oh, she has a boss fight. Okay. And she's solo for it.
As we made our way back to town, Lev still seemed anxious. Don't start freaking out yet. First, you need to apologize to your parents. Then you can tell them everything you told me.
How am I supposed to say it, though?
With your
Talk about
chest.
helpless. Lucky for him, he had a grown-up lady around to nudge him in the right direction. How about I teach you that special magic I showed you earlier?
But that wasn't real magic, right? It was just some cheap trick.
Rude. It was good enough to make you stop blubbering, wasn't it? Come on, let me see your hand. The trick I showed him could be used without any special training. It was the magic designed to bring smiles that my master had taught me.
Oh.
Lev watched me closely, then tried his best to copy what I did. He practiced over and over and over. After walking through the forest for a while, we heard the voices of Lev's parents and the other villagers.
Lev? Answer if you can hear me!
Where are you, Lev?
Mom! Dad!
As soon as
Steve.
Lev heard his parents' voices, he broke into a run. At that moment, the villagers' shouts echoed through the
I like how the
nearby
music
woods.
just cuts. It's not even like a fade out or
An
it
enormous
just
figure was approaching, knocking down trees as it lumbered toward us. It couldn't be a goblin.
damn.
It all happened so quickly. The goblin lunged to attack Lev's parents.
You're gonna have to go through us first. Huh?
Lev was speechless. It seemed as if the entire town of Folka had stepped up to protect his parents from the monster.
Sounds like a Saturday night
Purely out
cartoon
of
villain.
instinct. Freeze! A block of ice appeared out of thin air, slamming into the goblin's head.
Would she?
The spell had done its job.
She's pretty
I'd
small.
gotten the goblin's attention. I finally made a breakthrough with Lev. I wasn't gonna let monster breath over here ruin their happy reunion. Bring it on!
Alright.
I
About
bet
to become a
Lev was
goblin
working
slayer.
on it.
I wish there was something we could do to help her.
I'll try mixing up a potion. That
That's
should do the trick.
Fire! Swirl, my mystic vortex! It's time to fry! One more now! Too hot to handle?
There's more of them. What do we do now?
Stand back, everyone! I can handle this by myself! Take that! Fire! Magic! Hope you're ready!
one
Oh.
heck of a fight.
No. She needs medicine, quick!
Swirl my mystic vortex. Too hot to handle.
I need that shield to break.
Lightning! I'll burn you. This'll hurt. Yeah! This is it. Let me show you how it's done.
Element gust.
Smoke gales, surge, force! Huh? Bind together! Too hot to handle. Magic. Roger that. It'll take more than that to scare me.
Yeah, you've got this! Here, you! I whipped up a potion for you!
Thanks. You're a lifesaver. Fire!
Oh God.
Watch
Oh
it.
come on.
I'll burn you.
Here's another potion with your name on it!
Thanks, love. Just what I needed. It's not.
Really?
Gravity well. Hope you're ready.
There's more where that came from! Come on, you can do this!
Thank you. Cause they gave me they didn't give me a whole batch. Okay. He has the same annoyance.
Too hot to handle. Watch it.
Another revival potion coming up!
I think the game knows. They're just like here, just in case. Cause you may not be playing as them.
Fire! Take this! This should do it! Eat
There's more where that came from!
I'll burn you up! Magic fully charged! Bind together! Fire!
Another revival potion coming up!
Damn, the game side you may really die soon.
Too hot to handle?
There's more where that came from!
This guy's nothing special. Just gotta keep it up.
Incredible. I think she might actually do this.
Swirl my mystic vortex.
coming up! This is it! Let me
There you
show
go.
you how it's done! Oh, Gales! Surge! Forward! Gravity well! Too hot to handle? Take that! This'll hurt!
There's more where that came from.
Time to cry! Fire! Hope you're ready! Got it!
Another revival potion coming up.
I'll burn you!
Oop.
Heads up!
There's more where that came from.
Fire!
It's really just because the shield is annoying.
Too hot to handle?
Another revival potion coming up.
It's over! Got it! I'll burn you up! Is the air crackling? No way! Too hot to handle. Bind together. Magic fully charged. Take.
Good.
My parents put their lives on the line for the sake of vaults, so I can't back down either. I'll use the magic Master Sokka taught me to make everyone smile.
Now's my chance.
Oh.
Here, take my magic. Stick it to us. I'll burn you.
Oh no, I missed.
Here we go. Fire! Swirl my mystic vortex. It's over. I'll burn you up. This'll hurt. It's over. Too hot to handle. Time to cry. Got it.
All right, there we go. That took a long time.
I don't believe it. She took it down all by herself.
Here goes. Hooray!
Good for her.
First you saved Tempeal, and now us. Thank you, Skyfarer.
The people of Folka were all safe, including Lev's parents. After thanking me, Lev turned to the villagers, shuffling his feet nervously.
I'm really sorry, everybody. Thanks for protecting my mom and dad.
Come now, there's no need for that. We're the ones who ought to be thanking your folks. They've done so much for us. Sorry for everything we've put your family through.
Lev and I shared a glance before he turned to his parents, finally telling them everything he'd been bottling up inside. His parents and the people of Folka listened intently, nodding every so often at his words.
You only ever had everyone's best intentions at heart, didn't you? We're so sorry for making you worry.
I chalked it all up to selfishness and immaturity, but I should have heard you out. I hope you can forgive your old man.
I was just glad everything had turned out all right in the end.
Ew! We're here to help!
Sorry, we were clear on the other side of the woods. What happened to that giant monster?
What the heck? You're the one who said heroes always arrive just in the nick of time. But what kind of hero arrives after the fight's already over?
What does that matter right now? Here, let me take a look at you. You're not hurt or anything, are you?
You have no idea how much I wanted to tease Rackham for losing his cool. But I held it in. It's really nice knowing you have people who care.
Oh my god. Today is the last day. So this is like November 12th. The penny, the US penny, the US Mint has made the last penny, so there'll be no more pennies after today. Damn. I miss all those great pennies.
The bustling streets and alleyways of Seed Hollow were steeped in an unusual silence.
All those penny presses,
Rumors
all
of
gone.
the phantom sightings had spread, and the citizens became too fearful to leave their homes. We were still missing a part of the picture, but what was it?
I'm sure it was just someone's minds playing tricks on them.
Poor Lyria. I needed to wrap up this investigation as quickly as possible. However, despite our comprehensive search of the castle, nothing stood out as unordinary. We'll have to come back another day. Just then, I noticed a faint movement in the corner of my eye.
Assassins!
Wait, it couldn't be.
Huh? What are these guys doing here? We already took care of Angraminyu.
Ominous forms. Foul creatures born from the primal beast Angraminyu. Surely they weren't the cause of the sightings, were they?
Or
I had
they
my
are.
doubts, but this was no time for questions. The castle was in dire need of some pruning.
I feel like we played as her butt.
Such hostility. It seems we've no choice but to fight.
Sure these are the ghosts we're
Not
looking
today.
for? Something about this place gives me the willies.
We'll uncover the truth soon. So hang in there, okay? This place will need more than a restoration if we don't do something about this.
They still ain't letting up!
Granblue!
Stay sharp, guys!
I love this.
This'll teach ya!
Nice try. Looks like it's clear for now. Shall we?
Did you
Come,
see
Crimson
that?
Fold! Interesting. He supposedly disappears if we attempt to get close. But perhaps that wasn't the entire truth. Our job's not finished yet. Shall we?
I will say this song is pretty epic. Whatever this OST is, this one always makes you feel like, yes, they're getting to a bit better.
They've infested the entire courtyard. Who's ready for a pruning? What do you think? Fighting up close won't do us good here.
Sounds to me like it's time for a
Can't
big
keep up.
battle. That's right up your alley, isn't it?
Refreshing, isn't it? Come and get me.
You can't lose track of us.
Oh my, thank you. Fall with the blossoms. More. There's such a thing as being too popular, you know?
Here goes.
A quite a tenacious bunch, aren't they? Question is, where are they coming from?
They're so good. Get it already.
That should be the last of them.
And stay out.
Wait a second. What is that? Bulb! What's this? A crystal fragment. I took a closer look. Within its faded luster was a familiar green aura. But where had I seen it before?
Hold up a second. Doesn't that remind you of those hallowed ground spots?
Vern was right. Its glow was nearly identical to the crystals found on hallowed grounds. Their unique aura kept monsters at bay, providing travelers with safe haven. Did this shard come from one?
It's faint, but Excavalian's aura. I can feel it coming from inside.
That couldn't be. I focused on the crystal splinter in hand, and indeed, there was the presence of a familiar primal. Excavalian was the primal beast of Dolly Island, much farther than a stone's throw from here. So why were we able to feel its presence all the way in Seed Hollow?
It's not the only one. I think I can feel another primal beast here too.
Another primal? How could that be possible? A phantom girl, Excavalian, ominous forms, and now another primal beast. None of it made any sense. As we unraveled more of the castle's secrets, it became clear that we had barely scratched the surface of its walls.
Discount free! Buy one, get one free! Come on, people, don't miss this! If you're hunting for quality bargains, need something?
Yes.
Have
Oh
a
wait,
good day.
she unlocked a sigil, so I can give her more. That's skills.
Hello.
Flower girl.
We were back at square one. In hopes of finding some new leads, we split up and interviewed every Seed Hollow local we could find. Despite our efforts, we found little new information. Zothba and his connections, on the other hand, proved invaluable once more as they unearthed a new clue. The girl wore a crown of flowers. I froze in place. I knew this primal. In fact, I learned of her on my first visit to Zega Grande. Konohana Sakuya, was it? Yes. An ethereal girl bearing a floral crown? It had to be her. Her presence would explain why Lyria sensed a primal beast in addition to Excavalion. She was pact-bound to Ulmarine Island, and she held domain over blossoming flowers. The unusually vibrant bouquets blooming across Seed Hollow just added more proof of her proximity. With the culprit identified, only one problem remained. Me. After what Sakuya and I went through, I doubt she would ever show herself around me again.
Net stats. Ah! No! Okay. Like I said, this part was going to be very long.
Before I could share this revelation, there was something else I needed to discuss with the crew. Not about Konohana Sakuya, but my time spent with the captain's father. His crew was on a journey to collect Astrum fragments. These fragments were said to have fallen straight from the astral realm and contained the power of the primal beasts themselves. Using the fragments, the captain's father could separate astral power embedded within primal beasts and return them to their original forms. That was the purpose of his journey. His was a mission of liberation, to free so-called deities and legends who were tethered to the sky realm. Once free from the shackles of their corporeal forms, they could fade back into the nebulous ideas and faiths that had given them structure in the first place. Of course, it would be up to the primal beasts themselves to make this decision. Some had grown quite fond of living in the sky realm. However, there were countless others who were born into the skies, cursed to fight for eternity. These were the ones who longed for a return to the immaterial. At the lowest point in my existence, when I felt I had no purpose in these skies, I'm sure I felt the same. Regardless, some were quick to brand us a ruthless crew of primal hunters. And surely Konohana Sakuya had heard the rumors. But the question remained, why had she decided to reveal herself to me now?
Maybe because you resemble someone she knows? Maybe she wants you to deal with it? We got a breakthrough, though.
Unfortunately, simply knowing the identity of the girl would not solve the problem of her many phantom appearances.
So, is this, Kahuna Yakuza? You think she's the one causing the monsters to come out?
Unlikely. I've never met her in person, but I don't think she and the ominous forms are connected in the slightest.
Yo, got some new intel on the girl. You're still, working the case, right?
The family Zothba had been continuing to search for clues in the background, and thankfully, their search bore fruit. In one of the areas where the ghostly girl was sighted, a bystander had found an ancient book.
Oh.
Broke my brain trying to read the dumb thing, but you're smart and pretty smart and, well, yeah.
Oh, poor boy couldn't even get his words straight. Thank you. You're quite the gentleman.
No, I'm not. I'm a badass. Anyway, I should get going.
He had barely placed the book in my hands before scurrying off. What had gotten into him, I wonder? I opened the book and peered through the rune-like characters inside. No normal person would be able to decipher this.
Oh, that looks really complicated.
Really? Let me see.
When Vern approached the book, Roland's transceiver began to glow. It illuminated the text, somehow morphing the illegible script into something readable. My breath caught in my chest. Had an astral authored this book?
Oh. We haven't explored. This one's different. Is it? I'm so used to seeing a boss that one that without a boss is throwing me off. Maybe not, because the book girl, the other one, had exploration. You had to get items.
The text seemed to be a log from an experiment of sorts. Although it was barely legible, I tried to grasp its meaning. Originally, it was Excavalion, primal beast of fortification, who forged a pact with Almarine Island. Although it's unclear why, Excavalion would eventually migrate to Dali, leaving Konohana Sakuya to take its place on Almarine. That was all I could make out of the texts. With this new information, I needed to re-examine the facts.
Oh.
First, the stage. Almarine Island, home to Seed Hollow and its citizens, once protected by Excavalion. Next, a curious switch. Konohana Sakuya takes its place as the island's pact-bound primal. Now, our present mysteries. A crystal shard replete with Excavation's aura. Angra Mainyu's altar beneath the castle, the ominous forms. And finally, Konohana Sakuya's curious reappearance.
Oh, is it really that curious?
Rosetta. Was the shard left behind by Excavalion? Did it serve a purpose in protecting the island? It was possible that Avia's invasion of Seed Hollow destroyed this mechanism, causing the primal to reveal herself in defense.
Now that I think about it, the ghost rumors started to pop up only after that crystal beneath the castle was destroyed.
So, it was all connected. There's no time to explain, but more ominous forms will appear if we don't repair this island's defense system. Where could we find another fortifying crystal?
How about Dolly? That's where Excavalion lives now, right? Maybe it's got a spare lying around.
Maybe.
Indeed. If we were to find a solution to our problems, it would be buried beneath those churning sands. If I'm not mistaken, we should come across a guardian crystal not too far from here. Let's take a look around those hills. Do you remember where we fought that griffin?
I'm trying to see if there's anything on the map. Doesn't look to be.
Oh, oops. Didn't mean to wake you. Mind letting us pass through? Beautiful, aren't they? Not quite the crystal we're looking for. A wild monster's den. I'd like to avoid needless bloodshed if possible. You want more, don't you?
Duh, that ain't it.
Galvalion. It's faint, but I can feel
Did
it.
we find it?
Ah, a cobra! It must have been
Cobra!
It seems words won't work here. Get ready, everyone. Careful.
That was very short. This is
Now then,
it.
where were we?
Wow, we did it! Let's take this crystal back to Seed Hollow.
What do you think?
That was a short one.
Shortly after securing a crystal from Dolly, we returned to Seed Hollow Castle. We installed the new crystal beneath the castle, causing a pale green light to illuminate the area. It was the familiar aura of hallowed ground, sure to repel any lingering ominous forms.
It's too bad we couldn't meet her. Konohana Sakuya.
The mystery had been solved on nearly all fronts. I'd be lying if I said I was completely satisfied, however. After all was said and done, I still didn't get the opportunity to clear the air with her.
Okay. Alright, so 9.
Peace returned to Seed Hollow, and it was soon back to the usual hustle and bustle. I informed the frightened repairman of the girl's true identity, the primeval god of Seed Hollow.
A primeval god? Holy macaroni! That's a spicy nugget of news. How do you manage to stay so charming and informed?
A lady never reveals her secrets.
It's a little sad that you couldn't meet Konohana Sakuya. I know you wanted to apologize to her.
I knew, somewhere deep down, that talking with her wouldn't bring back all the journeys I had with the captain's father. However, seeing all the blooming flowers across the city, it almost felt as if she was acknowledging me anyway. I may well have imagined it, but call it something of a mutual understanding between distant sisters.
Oh. And here's the epilogue.
After the vibrant patchwork of spring began to spread throughout Seed Hollow, I made a habit of taking a daily stroll around the city. On one of my walks, I had mindlessly put the crystal fragment in my dress. After arriving at a particularly sunny spot, I took it out to admire it. Something about it was different today. Instead of my usual reflection, if not only for a brief second, I saw a smile that wasn't my own. A girl in a flower crown. Our eyes met for a second before, pop! A single rose had materialized at my feet. When I looked back into the fragment, she was nowhere to be seen. Although I can't prove it, I know that she was here, listening to me. So I whispered, "Beautiful. This city has blossomed under your care, all while blooming in your own right. You deserve to be here."
Yeah, a forgotten prayer. Okay, so hers are done. We can move to him. I think he only can do this one, which is a horde battle. Let me just check his gear. Can we give him at least a little better like health stuff? Okay. As long as we draw breath.
We took our first steps into the forest. There's something about the woods after it rains. The air's so pure and refreshes the spirit. I had a good feeling we'd find that garden in no time. My optimism didn't last long. We spent hours searching every single likely spot, and a lot of unlikely ones too. Yet the garden eluded us. If it was here, it was tucked away somewhere really obscure. While we searched for those flowers, I made sure to keep tabs on Karzeda as well. The sun might have come out, but his expression was still clouded. He looked like he was on the verge of breaking down. I figured I should say something to try and shore up his spirits. I told him that no matter how harsh things are now, or how bad some days will be, there's always meaning in getting up each day, even if it takes some time to find it. Sometimes a search will take you back the way you came. Sometimes it's a detour, but even that has meaning, because the answer could lie off the beaten path. The important thing is to take things 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time. Even regret, though it seems as tall and foreboding as a mountain, might become a gentle hill you could walk over, given enough time. I know what it sounds like, but I wasn't just telling him this to make myself feel better. It's just... sometimes, you have to run when the going gets tough, and that's fine. Just as a ship needs a port in a storm, a soul needs a safe harbor.
Damn, that's deep, brother.
Turning your back on your problems isn't the solution. No one knows that better than me. But we're allowed to make mistakes. That's part of the journey, and what it means to be alive. At some point, we have to settle up with the demons inside of us, and learn to live with them. I've been skyfaring long enough to trust my gut, and it says we'll find that garden.
Thank you. If only I knew what she was growing.
We'll know once we find it. Just stay close to us, okay?
I knew it.
You want more? Don't.
I like if they come close that he just hits them with his fist.
Look for that garden.
You reap what you sow.
Find some clues around here.
Try to run.
Bring in the big gun.
Come and get it.
This is the place. I know it. But it's...
Have a face, senseless brutes. Got no respect for flowers. First things first, we fight. Get back, Karzeda.
Full bloom. There
How about no? Watch my back. Target practice. Let's see some pep, people.
You lead the way. Full bloom.
Here's some support.
You're a lifesaver.
She planted a rose there.
No falling under
You
my
reap
watch.
what you do. Stop coming. Guess I'm taking you all down in one fell swoop.
Come, Crimson Thorn. Shall we
Over here.
Here's a little payback. Oh yeah. Don't think you can trample someone's precious memories and get away with it.
beautiful, Alexander? Don't underestimate. Come, Crimson Thorn.
Now!
With pleasure.
You're out of luck. You're as pretty as a picture.
What's
How
the
about
sugar,
no?
dear? I'm on a diet.
We go again. Keep it together, folks.
I'll be more welcome. Don't. Can't keep up.
I'm up. Come on.
I've got about you.
I can see why they say you got the best eyes.
Nice and simple.
We handled the monsters, but the garden...
You all right, Karzeda? Come on, pull yourself together. People weren't the only ones who lost their homes to the storm. Monsters that were driven from their former territories flocked to the woods surrounding Folka. We finally found the garden, but the monsters had trampled a good chunk of the flowers, leaving behind only a few pathetically wilted survivors. Karzeda stared at the carnage, dumbstruck. I couldn't blame him. It's not like the monsters had done it on purpose, but they might as well have stampeded over his broken heart. I'm no gardening expert, but even in their sorry state, I could tell that the flowers had been well cared for. Fertilizer, spades, watering cans, and other tools were laid out. Inside one of the equipment boxes, we found a notebook with detailed records of all the flowers she had planted. The notebook had instructions on how much fertilizer was needed to help the flowers take root in the mineral-loaded soil, the best time for planting, the names of the flowers, and what they symbolize. I passed the notebook to Karzeda, who began reading it as if the secret to life was written in its pages. Maybe for him it was. The last page described another flower garden, separate from this one. With the notebook to guide us, we went in search of it. As we walked, I prayed for Karzeda's sake that the other garden was intact.
I don't think we'll find out right away, because pretty sure his level's not that high.
Good day.
Damn, we have so many to go. Whoa, why is hers so much harder to get through? I did not realize hers is like 85. Fuck, damn, dog. Alright, well, let's start with the basics.
I trusted only my fists. If you wish to reach transcendence, you must beat out the path with your own knuckles. Which is why when my fists began to tremble in anticipation, I listened. It was as if they whispered, "A terrible future awaits these skies. Fail to act, an unprecedented calamity will befall you." How could they know? In truth, they knew more than most scholars, having experienced the rigors of fundamental aesthetic practice. I tempered them relentlessly, until they could foretell which timeline would lead them to the most strength. But you may ask, how far can one go with omnipotent fists? A foolish question. Only cowards measure progress in distance, in achievement. Blood boils through these fingers. That is all I need to know. Ah, I feel the fire raging inside. The storm has arrived. And I shall catch it with my bare hands.
I didn't realize his health is really low compared to everybody else, but we'll keep it going.
Divinity above, I wish you no ill will, but your defeat shall be evidence of my life's work. Bao recited. I ended the evening's meditation. Decades of such ascetic training had finally borne fruit. I had honed the Eternal Raid style to a godlike edge. But the long years had also revealed to me an enemy I could never defeat. Time itself. My inevitable demise meant there would be no more Eternal Raid style. I would need a disciple. Someone worthy of inheriting my technique. Of course, coal is not transformed into diamond so easily. It would be a fool's errand to find a successor who could survive the necessary time and rigor. Thus, when I finally met the captain, I was happy to be that fool. Now I could pass on my legacy. But the captain had another goal in mind, to reach Estalucia and reunite with dear old Papa. Filial piety was a respectable tenet, but it was no god-shattering fist. Despite my pleas, I failed to convince the captain to become my pupil. However, something must have resonated with the young master, because I received an invitation to join the Grand Cypher's crew. If I could not produce a scion of eternal rage, at least I would gain new allies. Walking aboard the airship, my fists buzzed. Ah, so there would be something more to this meeting after all. Worthy Captain, I choose to fight by your side for the glory of the crew.
For the glory
of reaching Estalucia.
Estalucia.
And after we return, we shall discuss your future with the Eternal Raid style in earnest.
You heard all the stories about the old man, right?
I could hardly believe my ears. Ripping the Grim Basin apart with a single punch? Joining a war just so he could spar? And defeating both sides? Knocking over a whole mountain just from turning in his sleep? I call BS. And just like crap, there was probably a kernel of truth in there somewhere, but come on, who believes this stuff? Turns out, idiots like me. See, I've actually witnessed Gondagoza smash a meteor into space dust. You think people will catch on to that story too?
Of course they will. Why else do people go to the pub? Man's favorite pastime is recounting tales of people braver than themselves.
But it's so hard to believe, and I saw him do the damn thing. So, yep, though the old master's legends were numerous, and honestly downright ridiculous, they were also the truth. What's crazier, Gonda would never toot his own horn. After crushing a dragon with a sneeze or what have you, he'd just say, "Ah." Yep, actions speak louder than words. That's a real man's man for you. You gotta admire that.
A manly
I
man.
would give for his rippling biceps, though. Looking back now, none of us could have known. There, in the Zeka Grande Skydom, Gondagoza was about to use those rippling biceps to start a whole brand new mythos.
Sierra gave us the news. A lone brawler managed to stop a force of hundreds atop Mount Najalith, all while quelling a raging blizzard with his bare hands? I'm not a betting man. Well, I'm not a drinking man, but, well, I'm not a man who bets when he drinks, but I put good money on our brawler being Gondagoza. It hadn't been that long since we sailed to Zeka Grande, so the old badger must have been working overtime for word to spread so quick. I asked Sierra to spill the details, The force he scattered was a group of soldiers, remnants of the Church of Avia, and word was they were specialists in guerrilla warfare. Sure as hell they were a fierce troop. How does an unarmed martial artist take them all out? Not that I could ask the master, because you know what he'd say. But hey, who needs words when you got those defined shoulder blades doing the talking?
That's right. My
Guess it
shoulder
was
blades
just
do all the
one more
talking.
legend for the books.
Oh, he's by himself on this one. Okay.
Call for reinforcements! We need all the support we can get!
I am the
Where's everyone from
support.
that crew of beasts? What are they feeding them on that ship?
Rice and beans.
Actually, worse. You could wake up from a nightmare. This was our reality. We were being driven into the heart of Mount Nagelith by a single Skyfarer. Even though he was alone, he was with the crew who defeated General Galanza. Our only chance was to put aside our pride and work together to take him down. Our platoon was experienced, and we could launch the prototype Tayuatar if things started looking rough. We had numbers and strategy on our side. With all of our preparations, victory should have been assured. But he took one look at our perfect formations and laughed.
Ha 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 ha! You honor me with this extra training. I, Gandagosa, shall now return the favor with eternal rage!
You what? This guy was nuts. All of these soldiers, and this was just a field exercise to him?
Yes.
Get your
I
asses
work
in
out.
gear! Do not break ranks!
Command snapped my mind back into focus. I drew my sword, but as I clutched its hilt, I had never been more sure it was just a hunk of scrap metal.
We walk the path of
A
eternal
beat down.
rage.
Keep your distance, or you won't make it out of here alive. Roger!
Yeah! How will you train from so far away? Take the sky! Iron shoulder!
They have a weapon. Is this a joke to him? Who is this guy? Could be the devil himself for all I care. Back up. We can't take him on our own.
Step forward! I still need to finish my warm-up! The wind rises. Ah! Descend as the Falcon! My fists grow restless.
Curse on luck. He's leaving me with no option.
Oh.
Switch to plan C.
Oh, I see.
But sir, he doesn't even have armor on!
Just do it! Either we deploy our secret weapon, or he'll wipe us out. Go, Tayuatar! Deliver us from this accursed giant!
Implode your desire to continue fighting, but you insult me with these useless toys.
Damn.
Its butt shall know defeat.
It's hopeless. He took out the Tayuatar.
Of course he did. I want all units deployed. Courage, troops! No one lives forever.
With these fists, nothing is impossible. Iron shoulder or hot skybreaker.
And that was it?
Victory is mine.
He's a monster.
Take the sky.
Commander?
Commander's like, I'm out. Fuck this shit.
Before my might.
It was a nightmare. Actually worse. You could wake up from a nightmare.
This was our reality.
They're repeating it.
Where are they? Bring me your champions!
We were an entire platoon of pilgrims. We even deployed the Tayuitar. He wasn't even inconvenienced.
Retreat! Retreat!
My mind was cloudy. I barely heard the commander's order. How could I think? I saw it. I saw the force of his punches redirect the blizzard. He had to be a demon. No mortal could beat the damn weather into submission. Not to mention the lack of corpses. This battle had been brutal, but so far no one had sustained critical injuries, which means he had been holding back. A man like this, he was as strong as General Galanza. No, stronger maybe. Finally, I gathered enough sense to unfreeze my feet and turn tail. As I ran away, I got the sense I had just witnessed history in the making.
That man was a beast. He said, I'll take you all on with my fist.
Need something?
I will fondly remember my splendid time atop Mount Nagelith. Deadly blizzard pummeling my flesh, freezing cold stabbing my lungs, and swarms of monsters looking to turn me into a long overdue meal. These were already the perfect conditions for training, but sweet, generous fortune had even more in store. I crested a snowy knoll, and what should I see but the obvious Crusaders setting up camp for their own war games.
War games.
Follow the fist, or it shall lead to serendipity. Unfortunately, however, it seemed my newfound sparring partners were on a stricter schedule than I, as they took their leave before I could properly thank them.
Nandagoza, a letter came for you.
Now this was a rare occurrence.
It looks like it's from... Whoa,
Phil.
no way.
Her mouth was agape. I peered down to read why. From Galanza. The Silver Wolf Corps General. This would be intriguing.
To Master Gandagoza, distinguished practitioner of the Eternal Rage style. Thank you for meeting my strongest force on the field of battle. They spoke highly of your ferocity. In fact, some suggest you may be stronger than me, which is why I demand a duel. If you are not a coward, meet me in front of Tradam's sanctuary, atop Mount Nagelith. ASAP! I expect a deathmatch, as the skies have never seen before! Signed, the invincible and unparalleled General of the Silver Wolf Corps, Galanza!
Damn.
Oh no, Mega Pops! You can't go alone! He's way too strong!
Not for Mega Pops.
Who knows what could happen during a fight with that man?
What loving kids to spare their thoughts for me. But Galanza was a man of unparalleled battle acumen. I could not pass on such an opportunity. Call myself the greatest fighter in all the skies. I must best the greatest fighters in all the skies. Captain looked at me with trusting eyes, as if to say, "Go, noble warrior. This crew believes in the might of your god-shattering fists." Seeing the tacit acceptance of their commanding officer, Lyria and Vern finally relented, but they insisted on joining, in case the worst befell me. Their support was my tailwind. We left for the battlefield. Witness me, children. I shall fight the fight of rage!
Okay, that's as far as we can go with him.
During the next month's visit, Malfira looked more downtrodden than I had ever seen. Vern expressed his distress before I could vocalize my own.
Holy spools, lady! You look like you've been up all night. You feeling okay?
Malfira meekly raised her head, barely affording him a grin.
My love, he didn't come back to me.
It took me a moment to find a response. I'm sure... I bet he'll find a way to return next month. She had already been waiting an eternity for him. What comfort were my words? And yet, she still found the strength to smile.
I hope so. I'm so tired of moping around like this. It's getting harder to stay positive, but I'll find a way, for his sake. That man, you know, he's so absent-minded, he probably mixed up the date on his ticket.
Malfira unrolled the blanket across her lap, checking the backing of her stitching.
Uh-oh.
I've poured a lot of love into this design. I hope he likes it.
He will,
As
or
she
else.
vacillated from melancholy to forced cheer, and back again, I had to bite my lip for fear my thoughts would spill out. One month passed, and still no word from Malfira's beloved.
I'm sure he has his reasons.
Lyria tried to comfort the young seamstress, but Malfira's smile was noticeably dimmer than before.
Yes, you're right. He's not one to take risks or push himself too far. There's nothing to worry about, I'm sure.
Her words sounded strained, like she was trying to convince herself. I thought I knew what was happening, but I couldn't bring myself to acknowledge it. Not yet. We were all stuck in awkward silence, so I changed the subject.
How did you two meet?
It was in this very plaza. He was a bookworm, so he came here to do his reading. I was out catching some sun myself when he found the courage to sit next to me. I turned to greet him and he shoved a book on embroidery in my face. Not the greatest first impression, huh?
Energy returned to her
Damn.
movements. Color returned
Riz
to her
hair
smile.
up, he did.
So what did you do?
You're going to laugh. I told him I already owned the book. His face turned pale as a ghost, but it was cute, seeing him all vulnerable. So I asked his name, and the rest is history.
She shut her eyes, savoring the nostalgia. Then she sighed.
Guess I'll have to go to Dolly and drag him home myself, won't I?
No, not that. I couldn't let her go to Dolly alone. After witnessing her optimism return, I couldn't let her learn the truth.
Trying to see how many more to do. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. It's gonna be a very long video.
I come from a long lineage of proud warriors. We had a great number of visitors at our dojo, many of them masters of their respective disciplines. At some point, I picked up a blade of my own and began to mimic their movements. Back then, I enjoyed the training for what it was, valuing the journey over the destination. That is, until I met him, the Supreme Swordsmaster of the Eternals, Eata, once known as the demon Zamba. With a single glance, he identified all of my weaknesses. Then, with a few words, he taught me to overcome them. His strength was beyond captivating. I even eavesdropped on a conversation between him and my father, and discovered we were distant relatives. I was elated. For some time, he continued to train at our family dojo. I took every opportunity I could to learn from him, following him wherever he went. I ate whenever he ate. I committed all his mannerisms to memory. However, with the exception of our first encounter, he never acknowledged me. After all, he yearned for nothing more than strength. Why pay heed to a weakling, such as myself? So I vowed to become stronger. I would soar so high, he'd have to see me. I dedicated myself to training, begrudging even a single moment of respite. The blade was everything to me. And eventually, there was no disciple at the dojo who could come close to rivaling my skill. That was around when he vanished. In the blink of an eye, he was out of my life.
Damn.
He spoke not another word to me, nor called me by name.
Damn. Ambition.
I was meditating in the forest one day when a group of travelers approached me. I didn't know them, but they were the captain and the crew of the Grand Cipher, and my future. Initially, I thought they were lost and had come to ask for directions. I was only half correct. They were seeking guidance, but not out of the woods. They wanted to learn martial arts from me. I shook my head. I was no master, only a chrysalis struggling to break free of my own shell. I believed the captain was mocking me, but that wasn't the case. I looked into the captain's eyes and found truth, alongside a burning desire for strength. It felt as if
I'm not
I was
gonna
in
make any comments about
his
this picture.
presence again.
I know the gooners are going goon.
I found
The
myself
gooners shall
drawn to the
goon.
captain. That's why I decided to join the crew of the Grand Cipher on their journey across the skies. I was convinced that this was the only path that could reunite me with Zamba.
Zamba, zombie.
One day,
I do like
I
that they
encountered an adorable Harvan girl at a local market.
these fates do flesh out the characters.
I'd already finished my shopping, so I decided to
In a way,
accompany
it's
her
kind
to
of
a
unique
nearby
because it doesn't
cafe
get in the
for
way
tea
of
and
the main
conversation.
story. It's a very side
Upon
thing.
parting, I asked for her name. She proudly introduced herself as Fief, one of the 10 Eternals.
It feels very
I had
much
heard
like
that Zamba once cared for a child of the same name. A
like
jealousy
yeah,
brewed
this can be
within me.
endgame stuff. Like you don't have
But
to
I
worry
hadn't
about
felt
it, which is
before.
nice and different change.
Zamba had taken
Or
notice of her.
you can focus
Yet he
on it
never
during
once
the story
acknowledged
if you
me
find a
during our
character you
time
really
together.
like.
My inner peace had been
But for a
shattered.
completionist, I know it's going
I
well. And,
retreated to the
well, as a
mountains
completionist, do
and
you
started
listen to
my
all of it,
training
or do you
anew.
just skip it through?
But
Interesting
the more I
debate. to
tried
have.
to find direction, the more I realized how lost I truly was. It was Lyria and the captain who brought me back. They appreciated me for who I was. Nothing more, nothing less. Perhaps I too could learn to love the living, breathing me, and not a ghost of the future. That thought filled me with so much contentment. I was ready to give up on chasing Zamba. But the universe works in strange ways. As soon as I was about to let go, Fief helped bring me and Zomba together again. It was then I finally put into words how I felt. I spoke about how I wanted him to acknowledge me, to call my name. He listened quietly, and for what I felt was the first time, truly saw me. But I had yet to see and love myself. As part of my quest for self-discovery, I crossed blades with Zomba. No, Ayata. We fought for days. He no longer believed I was a weakling. After our battle, we visited the tea shop, and it was.
I would have liked
that
some of
he
this stuff. I would have liked to participate. Like this battle could have been a cool boss battle.
Tasted so sweet to me.
But that's just me.
Now, with nothing holding me back, I am free to soar toward ever greater heights with my beloved companions on the Grand Cipher. I had failed that day at the Hail Wind Altar. I had spent years training and sharpening my skills, devoted my entire life to the pursuit of strength. But in that moment, it all amounted to nothing. Our experiences in Zega Grande had planted a seed of doubt in my mind. Over time, it grew, dense and wild as a jungle, choking me with a sense of helplessness like I'd never felt before. I wasn't able to protect Lyria or the captain. I had found my identity as a big sister, as a guardian, but now that I'd failed, who was I? I thought about resuming my training, but I couldn't afford to isolate myself like that. What if something were to happen while I was away? Then, the solution came to me.
Oh, what's the solution?
Whenever the captain was about to take on a dangerous mission, I would complete it first. That way, I could train myself and protect the crew in one fell swoop. I was too blind to see that despair had clipped my wings and chained me once again to the past.
Oh, this is a boss battle. Okay.
Are there any particularly dangerous missions available? Sierra Carte, with her usual cheery disposition, set a list of options before me.
Sure are. We've got a few jobs here that only a crew of your caliber could handle. In fact...
It'll be by
She
myself.
paused and looked at me with a quizzical expression.
You know, I can't even remember the last time I saw you here by your lonesome. Don't you usually do things as a crew?
I told her I intended to undertake these missions alone, as part of my training.
I gotcha. The grind never ends for you, huh? Just don't push yourself too hard, you hear?
I nodded, only half acknowledging Sierra's words. After deciding upon a venture, I chartered a small carrier vessel which would take me to a nearby island. As the ship was tossed about the turbulent winds, I closed my eyes and looked for peace within. This is for their sake, as well as mine.
Okay.
According to Sierra, the threat should be somewhere around here. I sense great evil. Just a little farther.
Giving us many potions. Oh, it's this motherfucker. Where's Goblin Slayer when you need him?
This is revenge for Madweed.
Shall we test which is stronger? Your shield or my blade?
I thought I was still invisible.
You're right. They've been lost to anger. Swift as thought, Certain as death! Such malice. You cannot be allowed to live. Life is... I can see how this battle will end. It ends with your death! They've gone down. Worthless.
Okay, I see how you're supposed to use her.
But it's not over yet. I will not rest while evil runs free. Come what may.
Yeah, supposed to switch the stances. Like once you finish one, you flurry into the other one. Okay.
Do you not have anything more dangerous? I made quick work of the mission and returned at once to Sierra. She seemed taken aback when I demanded more work, but I was determined. If someone had to risk their life, better me than the captain. The crew didn't have to know. They would be kept free from worry and danger, while I grew stronger. I was so absorbed in my thoughts, I'd failed to notice how Sierra's eyes grew ever more clouded with worry.
Need something?
All for their sake.
I continued to take one treacherous job after another. If you want someone safe, then keep them from entering the tiger's den. It's as simple as that.
Are you really sure you're up for another one, Nermaya?
Sierra worried for me, but there was no turning back now. My labor had bore fruit. The rest of the crew was beginning to look healthier, better rested. They returned earlier from missions, bearing fewer injuries. I appreciate the concern, Sierra, but the path to strength is long and narrow, and I must continue down this path for all of their sakes. I was fixated on protecting my loved ones. They were all I could see. If they were safe, then nothing else mattered. That thought alone was enough to steel my resolution. On days without work, I would meditate on the deck of the Grand Cipher. One day, the voice of Vern broke through my meditations.
I don't know. She looks pretty wound up. Wouldn't she usually have dozed off by now? I'm telling ya, something's going on.
He was livelier than ever. Perfect.
You shouldn't push yourself too hard, Narmaya.
And sweet, tender Lyria. Yes, this was how things should be. I cracked open my eyes and stole a hopeful glance at the captain. But on that kind face, I could read only worry and distress. I wanted nothing more than to comfort my darling. No, I was acting for their sakes. I had already come so far. If I could just hold to my path a little longer, make the skies a little safer, then I could go back to being their big sister. I needed more strength. I needed to be worthy of this family. The crew of the Grand Cipher was powerful, but in the end, we were only small people in a vast sky, filled with endless dangers. If I didn't get stronger, one day that sky would engulf us. I had to protect them. I could protect them. All I was lacking was time.
Do you have time? We have plenty of time in the world. Not really, actually, never mind. Damn, this video is gonna be long. This is like as long as one of my Twitch ones.
I couldn't believe it. I rushed back to see
That just goes to show you how much after the game is finished.
Taken up a request, a particularly treacherous one.
Couldn't there. Sorry, random yawn just pop out of nowhere. But
that
yeah.
Zero would reserve every single dangerous
But after the game
for me.
main storyline finish, how much of the relationship fate episodes open up? It's really supposed to be an end game thing. It just really shows this is this moment.
Danger. If I allowed monsters to wander free through the skies, their rot would continue to seep until I, just one lonely figure, could no longer hold back the tide. I had to hunt them all down. There was not a moment to lose. I had to cut down the root of evil, so it could never spread again. I would not kill out of malice, nor did I seek meaningless violence. But when weighing the lives of my loved ones against the lives of these beasts, the answer was clear. As long as their threat persisted across the skies, the crew would never truly be safe. And so I would wield my blade to protect the crew and the helpless. For the captain, I would become the harbinger of death. Everything is for the captain. My dearest captain. I would kill, and kill, and kill, and kill.
Did she become a Yadara? Did I not know?
Last threat.
Did not quite see that coming.
Hans took me to Grossgard. As an artist's soul is mirrored in their brushstrokes, so too is a lord's character reflected in the state of their dominion. Everywhere, you could see Ludwin's gentle touch. From the full fields, to the content faces of the farmers, to the laughter of children and adult alike that filled the air.
What do you think of our humble land?
I tore my eyes away from the bright orchards and turned to Hans. It's beautiful. It may not be large or bustling, but I've never been to such a peaceful dukedom.
I'm sure his lordship will be pleased to hear that assessment.
Suddenly, I found myself curious. Earlier, you said that the ancestral trials would teach Ludwin how to rule. But judging from what I've seen here, he is already a capable lord. What more would you like him to learn? Hans smiled tenderly, as a grandfather might when speaking of a beloved grandchild.
I should have known an avid scholar like yourself would read between the lines. Make no mistake, Ludwin is not a perfect leader yet, but it is not my place to discuss his flaws.
Then tell me this. Are his flaws related to his family's inability to fight?
Let us call it a starting thread, but the full tapestry is so much more.
I decided not to pry. I already had the information I needed to guide Ludwin through his trial.
Sir Lancelot? I don't remember sending for you.
Of course, the Lord was surprised to see me. Although friendly, I was a rogue element in a world where this man had control of nearly everything.
A rogue.
I have come at the request of Hans. He would like me to assist you in deciphering the tome.
I see. Hans does have a knack for meddling in his lord's affairs, but I welcome you all the same because, to tell the truth, I'm getting absolutely nowhere.
I smiled, despite myself. It was nice to meet a noble who wasn't spilling over with pride. Hans beckoned me to his desk, and I leaned over the old tome.
What do you make of it? This must be child's play for a famed warrior scholar.
He looked at me with expectant eyes. I'm sorry, but I can't decipher this. We will need to enlist the help of an expert. Expectation turned to astonishment.
Lancelot, though you fight like a storm, your mind is as clear as the stillest of ponds. I can't believe you'd need to ask for assistance.
Can't you? Every second I spend on the battlefield is a second away from the library. Ludwin hesitated a while longer, but when I strode to the door and held it open for him, he sighed and relented. No one in either of our circles was well versed in ciphers, but that was a matter of small concern. I knew an information broker. Zothba put me in touch with a language scholar who delivered a key to us within a fortnight.
Well, I'll be. The clue was in the names of my ancestors.
Of course it
Ludwin
was.
stood up behind his desk and stretched, and the lines of care and worry melted from his face. He must have had many sleepless nights poring over the withered pages of the tome alone.
Thank you, Sir Lancelot. I can finally read the damn thing. It's only a matter of time now until I find the sword.
It was my pleasure. I look forward to news of your success. But I already knew. Before the unearthing of the blade, Hans would come to visit me one last time.
All right, let's talk to Hans. Well, trial and error first.
I was half right. It was not Hans, but Ludwin himself who showed up at our doorstep.
I deciphered the record, and I know where the sword is buried.
He was
Do
so
you?
excited he completely forwent pleasantries.
I know I should go alone, with Hans of course, but the tome says we must fly to Skyworm Valley, which is riddled with monsters. It's a terrible place for a lord to be made into dragon kibble.
I knew what he wanted me to say. Very well. Please, allow me to accompany you.
Really? Wonderful! I mean, only if you wish.
This must have been the flaw Hans was alluding to. Ludwin was afraid of his own power. He dreaded the responsibilities that came with leadership. The Lords of Grossgard were not warriors and hadn't been for generations. They depended on their subjects for protection, but as I'd learned, Ludwin was loath to do so. Up until now, this has not posed a problem. Small skirmishes were all that troubled the peace of his dukedom. But what would happen should a great war march on his borders? Would his honor eventually spur him to the front lines? To death? The place of a lord and general is with the rear guard. There, they must order the
Is it?
battle and
Because you gotta be
conduct
careful with
diplomatic
that.
affairs.
That's one of the reasons why I
But
use
it
the
is
Romance of the
hard,
Three Kingdoms
sitting and
reference. Like
conversing in
Cao
safety
Cao was
while your
able
soldiers are
to beat
risking their
Wang Shu
lives.
because he led from the
As
front
captain of the
middle,
White Dragons, I
and
knew
Wang
this
Shu
better than
led from the
anyone.
back.
You feel as if every death is on
And he
your
did.
head. At last, I had come to fully
And there's a lot of
understand
other
Ludwig.
elements, but
If these
that's one of
trials,
the
as
biggest
Hans said,
factors.
could help him come into his own, then I would do everything in my power to guide him to victory.
Okay. Let's see how she's doing with this. They're going to speak from the heart to heart.
Lyria and Vern became a regular fixture at the studio. They said they wanted to be there when Shanae finished her latest piece. I felt much the same. Her pieces were charming, even while portraying the thin line between life and death. Rare to get drama like that outside of a novel. But my true reason for visiting was out of concern, not interest. She was battling an unpredictable disorder, so I wanted to be around should the worst come to pass.
Could you stick around for a few? I need to run out and buy a few things.
You dare waste my time with your foolish errands? Fine, but at least be quick about it. After Heimel left, Shanae waved me closer to her bed.
After all you've done, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but...
Her voice quivered. She was plainly troubled.
I don't know if I can say this. Wow. Okay, I want my brother to be free. I don't want to bind him any longer.
Tears began to gloss her eyes.
Without me holding him back, he could find someone and settle down. He has such a kind heart. He needs to share it. If I'm ruining his life, then I would rather not be in it at all. Please take...
I interrupted her. I don't condone this, and I doubt your brother would either. Oh boy. If there was ever a time to talk about my past, this was it. Look, I've been in your shoes. There was nothing the village doctors could do, and I was abandoned by damn near all the townsfolk. For the dying, hope was cheap. It was better to look inevitability in the face and maintain some of your dignity. But there was one person who stood beside me. My light. My rock. My sister. She was with me the entire time, keeping me warm in the shadow of death. And in turn, I gave her the comfort of company, of not being alone in this world. I continued to detail memories of my sister, over 2,000 years old, hoping that Shanae would get the point. She hung on to every word.
I feel for her. She feels like a burden. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And that can be tough. Uh-oh. Her wish.
When I concluded my story, to my disappointment, Shanae seemed to pick up the wrong message.
How did you get better?
Simple. The curse of genius. I developed an entire school of magic and abandoned my wretched body. I couldn't suppress a proud grin. She nodded along, not quite understanding. I couldn't blame her. Few people had the opportunity to learn the glory of alchemy, especially in these far-flung skydoms. Imagine your body is a jar and your soul is water. I created a fresher, cuter jar and poured my soul into it.
You can do that sort of thing?
Shanae cupped her mouth in surprise. Don't insult me. There's nothing I can't do. She grew silent as gears began to whir in her head. A few moments later, she stared at me with pleading eyes and spoke.
Could you do it for me?
Well, that was predictable. But I could relate to her predicament, and that alone made me want to help. If you really want to go through with this, I can make you a jug too. However, you should know. It wasn't going to be simple. The soul swap was messy on an experienced alchemist's psyche, much less a mundane girl's. Nor would I be around to perform maintenance down the line. It could very well be a fast track to the grave. And to inhabit an alchemized body was to stray from the natural order. She would forever be a false life form. Shanae had no knowledge of the arcane, and she was struggling to grasp these factors. And what's worse, I didn't have the decades needed to explain the details. So I opted for a simpler route, and explained the side effects in more mortal terms. Even if your memories, knowledge, and personality make the jump, you will never feel the same. Your senses will feel foreign. Your fine motor skills will be dulled. In short, goodbye, art. Take, for example, the sky. We each paint it in our own way. One may clumsily blob some white on a blue background, while others might choose a deeper hue or express the clouds with more definite contours. Art is a negotiation between the artist's mind, eye, and hand. And if 2/3 of that equation were to change, then the artist might as well be a different person altogether. Even I, genius that I am, took centuries to adapt to this process. Finally, it means you won't be human. You'll have to maintain your body like a machine, and you'll never have children. Is any of this sinking in?
But...
Shanae looked down at her hands, as if it were the first time she had ever seen them. It was
Well,
never
I mean,
an
if
easy
you're
decision.
dying,
Even
do you
my
make that
sister
decision?
begged
Do
me
you
not to
decide to
abandon my
become
mortality. Right until I
Betting
made the
your
hop
body
into
for
a new vessel.
Thought I heard something. Maybe it was a ghost. Okay. We can definitely finish hers off because she's level 60. So we'll do the ones that I know we can't. We'll save her last.
Wow, these vegetables are very unique. Yes, unique.
I brought Vern and Lyria with me in hopes of lifting Irene's spirits.
How do you make a tomato look like a shriveled bone? That's talent, I guess.
Vern was, for better or worse, brutally honest. Now, who did that remind me of?
Vern, don't be rude.
It's fine, Lyria. He's not wrong.
Though she had every right to be offended, Irene took the comment in stride. Our two most carefree members of the crew seemed to be rubbing off on her. Guess it was the right call to bring them. I'm not the best at brightening the mood.
So Vasaraga told us about your plan. You want them to grow big and healthy, but they keep withering, right?
Yes.
After a moment of silence, Lyria gave Irene a sympathetic smile, encouraging the girl to divulge her feelings. She began to perk up. Guess Zeta was right. It really is easier to share your worries with someone closer to your age.
Taking care of those little ones is my purpose in life.
She went on to recount how she had always been a loner. From a young age, her only friends were the plants she cared for. Recently, she had discovered that she could hear her plants talk, though she had no idea how or why.
But now, it's like my precious friends are fading away, one by one. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Not long after she had gained the ability to communicate with her cherished plants, they suddenly began to wither and die one after another. She could hear them wail in agony as they reached their end. It was no surprise that she soon reached her breaking point.
A few are still alive, but I'm sure they'll join the others in no time. If this is all that's waiting for me in the future, then I would rather not live to see it.
Watching the lives of your loved ones slip out of your fingers? I could relate to that. What was she supposed to do? Distance herself from her reason for living? Wasn't that as good as dying? I eyed the black mist. Look, there's gotta be a way to fix things.
What? But I've tried everything.
We can do
Squeezing her bandaged wrist, Irene looked up at me in confusion. I did my best to reassure her without betraying the worry gnawing at my mind. What happened here? I had stopped by Irene's garden after finishing our quest, only to find every single leaf and stem had turned black and rotted. It felt unnatural, like something had completely sucked the life from what should have been a thriving patch of greenery. Filled with dread, I rushed inside the house, but Irene was nowhere in sight. It was then that I noticed a letter on the floor.
To the blasphemer who betrayed Avia, you should know that Lady Lilith wished to bathe the skies in destruction. Have you not yet realized that clinging to life is folly? That living is a sacrilege to all we preach? You have two choices before you. Watch as that forbidden implement spreads darkness to all those innocent folk living around you. or return to Avia and repent.
So Irene had ties to the Church of Avia, and they'd fitted her with some sort of cruel device. Reminded me of Lyria and the Mind Sealer. If they had hurt Irene like they hurt Lyria... Damn. Thought I'd finally dealt with this pain. But there I was, failing to protect yet another innocent life. Brooding on it for too long wasn't going to bring Irene back, so I left the house and scoured the town. Avia always had a flair for drama, but I detected no commotion in town. Which means, bastards snuck away in a ship. Knowing there were precious few minutes to trail them, I rushed to the port.
They're always out here doing too much. Leave the poor girl alone. Ooh, almost hit the wrong button.
There's a place called the Boundary, where every strand of time entwines and colossal concentrations of energy are stored. A person with a strong boundary imprint is capable of tapping into the boundary to extract its energy, like yours truly, for one. That being said, just because I have access to the mine doesn't mean I'll always strike gold. If anything, I think I got more than I bargained for. A resonant voice boomed from the boundary and issued a disturbing warning. It claimed there was a calamitous menace residing in Zega Grande's skydom. Zega Grande? You're sure about that? Unless my memory was playing tricks on me. That was where the captain and the crew were right now.
Yes.
How curious. I wonder if that warning you heard pertains to a youth named Id.
Meet Anra, the world's greatest spearmaster. Blame him for giving me the idea to form the Eternal.
Wait.
He's got eyes and ears in all corners of the sky,
Is he
thanks to his buddies from his merchant days.
I'm trying to think if
Who's
he's in the
this Id
game.
guy? I get the feeling you've
Because I
got
don't
the
see too many
deets.
spears.
Indeed I do. Have a seat. The tales my friends tell me of Zega Grande's current events are well worth the listen.
Anra proceeded to give me the scoop. Turns out Zega Grande has primal beasts too, except they call them primeval gods. The Church of Avia, led by a woman named Lilith, propagated the idea of deifying those primals. Zega Grande was unique in the sense that even the true king had yet to meddle in its affairs.
Thankfully, the captain and the crew thwarted Lilith's plans. Her son Id is now pursuing a path of atonement for his transgressions.
Sheesh. I can't believe an extinction-level conspiracy nearly succeeded right under our noses. That's not funny at all. You're telling me this kid morphed into the Dragon of Destruction to blow up the world, and we're supposed to let bygones be bygones because he's sorry? Anra, ever perceptive of my implications, tried to appease me with a smile.
Now, the captain has welcomed Id into the crew. It may be best to keep your opinions to yourself this time. You have a history of coming across as confrontational.
Ouch. He's got me there. Still hurts to be called out, though. Come on. It's my job as our leader to take this stuff seriously. Besides, getting on the captain's bad side is the last thing I want.
Yes, it would be wise to maintain an amicable working relationship.
The old-timer chuckled softly before shooting me a piercing stare.
Do you remember that sage counsel I gave you oh so long ago? Sometimes, making impartial decisions means losing the sympathy and understanding of others. This is going to be one of those times.
Ah, Anra. Subtle as ever. Leading the Eternals is hard enough without your helpful reminders. I know. I'll keep you updated.
I guess it makes sense. Oh, look, the other characters are here too. Okay, so they interact the DLC characters.
Wait, really?
Well,
You
no,
were
because
coming
Zeta
with me,
messed
Toya?
with her too.
Unless you see me as excess baggage.
What? I would never think that. My original plan was to fly solo. Punctuality isn't a hallmark of the Eternals. Assuming anyone bothers to show up when I call for assembly, that is. To make matters worse, my approval rating took a nosedive for my handling of recent events. They can think whatever they want, but I did what I had to do, even if it meant losing a modicum of trust in the short run. That was the justification I gave myself, anyway. So when Twain offered to accompany me, I was touched. Were the open wounds finally starting to heal? I wanted it to be true. Please tell me it was true. You're coming with me out of the goodness of your heart, right?
Actually, it's personal. I'll be on
Oh.
hand to make sure you don't start a war or something. Think of me as your chaperone.
I knew it was too good to be true. Give me a little credit. I swear I've learned my lesson.
And I want to believe you, but we don't need a repeat of the Stardust Town incident.
Oh, right. That little unhappiness. Me reaping what I sowed really sucks. Well, that's just Twain being Twain. I know she's worried about me. She's too professional to say it. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, so hers are done. She probably has. No, only up to this one. Okay. So it can probably do up to here. Okay. And hers. Well, I said that. Okay. Let's continue that. Little man got his game going. Come on, little man. You can do this. Riz her up.
Hey there, Zeta! So glad I caught you again.
How did he always know when I was in Seed Hollow? He was clueless to his clinginess, and it was testing my patience.
Damn!
Are you free today? I was thinking we could go on a picnic.
I mulled it over for a bit. That picnic didn't sound half bad. It was a nice day after all.
Oh no. Is this a bad time?
His puppy dog eyes bore into my soul. How could I say no to that? Kids just have this way of triggering your protective instincts. Not to mention they can be terrifyingly perceptive. You know what? The weather's great today. So, count me in. His face lit up with joy, and I turned to my next important decision. What to have for lunch. I didn't have to think too hard about that. When it came to picnics, sandwiches were the only way to go.
This must be the lad I've heard so much about.
A few days earlier, I was in the ship's lounge telling the captain about Vaughn when Vasaraga happened to walk in. So he ended up learning about the kid, too. He listened without saying much. Never was the talkative type, anyway.
Yeah.
Hi, mister. I'm Vaughn.
I half expected Vaughn to cower from Vasaraga, but instead the boy dropped a friendly hello. Maybe he had a strict upbringing.
Call me Vasaraga.
Vasaraga looked at me, then at Vaughn, then back at me again. What did he want?
So that's how it is. Here, Zeta. Take these.
I peeked into the bag he gave me and did a double take. It was stuffed with fruit sandwiches.
These come highly recommended by Vern, Lyria, and the captain. You should split them with Vaughn.
For the both of us.
Yes.
Call me crazy, but it almost sounded like he went out of his way to buy these for us. I rummaged through the goods and caught sight of one sandwich stuffed with melon slices and another with peaches. Nice. Those
Yay.
are my favorites.
Oh, peaches.
Hey, great pickups, Vasaraga. Can't wait to scarf these down.
Go for it.
Cha-ching! Jackpot! Vaughn and I said our goodbyes to Vasaraga, and we found an open bench in a park just outside the city.
You look really happy. Are you a big fruit fan?
I was jamming an ungodly amalgamation of fruit, bread, and whipped cream into my face. I think that counts as a yes. Yeah, more or less. I like anything as long as it's tasty.
Ah, that's good to know.
There was no chance in hell Vasaraga picked out these cute sandwiches all by himself. Absolutely none. Someone in the crew must have tagged along. The thought of him stomping through the aisles of a shop filled with cupcakes and cookies drew a chuckle out of me.
So, are you and Vasaraga an item?
Are we an item? Gross! Is that what it looks like to you? Look, he's just my coworker. I'm kind of stuck with him.
Uh-huh.
He opened his mouth as if he had more to say, but I guess he changed his mind. We ended up having a fascinating chat about bugs instead.
No, well, I mean, at least they had a chat. Facing fats. What's the fats are we facing today?
Good afternoon, Zeta. It's always nice to see you.
It was another gorgeous day. Vaughn came bounding over to see me for like, what, the 100th time? Or maybe even millionth?
I wanted to give you something to say thanks for the souvenir you got me. I hope you like it.
He held out a beautifully wrapped box, its sides emblazoned with the logo of a world-class bakery. I didn't know what to say. Kids ought to be spending their lunch money on cheap snacks, not fancy-pants pastries. Are you sure you want me to have this? How could you even afford this with pocket change?
Don't you know it's discourteous to appraise the worth of one's gift?
Damn.
How do you know big words like that?
Because he's a player. His papa was the player.
Don't tell me he got his family involved.
I wanted to show you how much I care, so I saved up my allowance. Zero Carte helped me pick a shop that's popular with girls.
Vaughn stared at the ground as he spoke, stealing an occasional glance at me to gauge my reaction. He had put his feelings out there in the only way he knew how, and it was all coming to a head. In a situation like this, I had to be firm yet considerate. I could never live with myself if I trampled over his heart, even if I didn't mean to.
I thought for sure you'd like it. I guess I was wrong.
He kicked at the dirt, still unwilling to meet my gaze. Wow, as if I didn't feel guilty enough already. What are you talking about? This is an awesome gift. Thank you. As soon as I said that, his toothy smile came roaring back with a vengeance. But from now on, you can't give me any more presents.
Why not?
In one fell swoop, he turned my words against me. Poor boy was on the verge of tears. His voice quivered as he explained his intent. He had seen how delighted I was with Vasaraga's gift of sandwiches, and all he wanted was to deliver that same joy. Oh, you sweet darling boy. You've got a lot to learn, but your heart's in the right place. I'd hate to leave you jaded. I decided that honesty was the best course of action. No more tiptoeing around the issue. It's a lovely gift, but I'm worried you're not eating enough to grow big and strong. That's why I want you to spend your money on snacks for yourself, okay?
Okay, got it.
Way to go, Zeta. So much for being upfront with him. I'm glad you understand. Now why don't we dig into this yummy treat together?
Sure. I'd be happy to feed you.
Why, you conniving little... My hands work just fine,
Well,
thank you
that's
very
why
much.
he's...
Phooey.
You gotta be playing.
From now on, I'm gonna prove that we're meant for each other.
The talk I had with Vaughn yesterday only intensified his resolve. I asked him what he had in mind.
First, I'll get to know you better, Zeta.
A little late for that, but at least he was thinking in the right direction.
Let me see. Okay, first question. What's your type of guy?
Subtlety wasn't Vaughn's strongest point. How to be compatible with your partner is something you should figure out for yourself.
Huh? But I don't know how to do that. It's faster just to ask.
This kid.
Do you like strong guys?
You could say that. I prefer someone who knows how to fend for themselves. Means I don't have to worry about them as much.
Well, that's perfect then.
Vaughn stood up straight and tall and proudly puffed out his chest.
I'm still in the middle of sword training, but I'm the best out of all the kids in the class. Even the bigger ones.
Already outclassing the older kids, huh? Not bad, not bad. I wonder how I stacked up when I was his age.
Now do you love me?
Not even close. His reactions cracked me up. There was never a dull moment with this kid.
He's gonna be a real player in the future.
There has to be a way for me to win your heart.
I'm sorry, but that was just too precious. I didn't mean to laugh, but his frustration caught me off guard. He was trying so hard against the odds to win me over. If we were around the same age, things might have been different.
I don't care about being precious. I care about you.
The more he sulked, the harder it became to hold in my giggles. Sorry. I patted his head in an attempt to lighten the mood, but he wasn't having it. Bahamut saved me. His kid was so sweet he was gonna give me cavities.
Ooh, we get a boss fight. Okay, let's see which boss this is. And it's a solo one, too. Oh, why is my camera out? There we go. Also, I took some medicine. So if I sound slightly better, it's because I think the change of weather here and my mother was sick and I was taking care of her made me sound off.
I hadn't felt that amped up in a good while. Time to get this show on the road.
Roger that.
Vasaraga had met up with me right on schedule. I sucked in a lungful of the morning chill to calm my nerves.
Good morning, Zeta. Good morning, Vasaraga.
Morning. You're up awfully early today.
The music sounds ominous. Like
He
very
must have
like
sensed
something's
big
about
was
to
in the
happen.
works. The concern in his voice was clear as day. A couple of rough customers challenged us to a serious fight.
I want to come too. Can I, please?
It wasn't like him to try to tag along. He knew better than that. No can do, little man. This isn't a game.
But I've been practicing my sword swings every day. I can help you beat them.
Of all the days he could have picked to be fussy, why did it have to be today?
Sparring and actual combat are worlds apart.
Mhm.
Pride goeth before destruction.
It was obvious
Pride
from the
before
frown
the
on
fall.
Vaughn's face that he wasn't going to take no for an answer. I need you to be good and listen to us, all right? We left Vaughn behind and made a beeline for Seed Hollow Castle. We stepped into its great hall, where Magliel and her sword veil were already waiting.
Allow me to extend my utmost gratitude for taking the time to indulge my invitation.
Can the formalities. I came here to throw down, not listen to boring speeches.
I didn't think the castle would be okay with us doing battle within its walls.
Well, no one else was using the hall. Let's just say those who helped with the castle's restoration are afforded special privileges.
This
Why are we
woman,
dueling
for
her?
all her pomp and circumstance, was no joke of a warrior.
I was curious as to whether your weapons are deserving of their legend. My fellowship prides itself with collecting only the most prized armaments.
Huh. I knew there had to be more to this call-out.
I'll get straight to the point. We are interested in purchasing your seal weapons. Allow me to appraise their performance during our little skirmish.
In other words, she was making us an offer we couldn't refuse. Even though this isn't a fight to the death, don't come crying to me when you get your asses handed to you. Magliel didn't respond. She simply smirked and an arsenal of magic swords materialized around her. I tightened my grip on our
Run
vest
to
and
it
took a
because I
deep
heard it
breath.
like whistling.
I thought back to all the times Vasaraga and I had cheated death. It made me feel invincible. This victory belonged to us.
Let's do this, Zeta.
Hell yeah!
I
Words were
just
barely out of my mouth before I was leaping into the fray.
also I just realized he's not in the. Oh, he is here. Okay, he's a guest.
Is this a waltz of warriors? On guard! Now then, may I have the first dance?
Say what you will about her, but she's got plenty of style.
Don't get distracted. She's no ordinary foe.
You have two options.
Infinite wonder! Close call.
You cannot hide from me.
Now it's on.
Now then. Chase, interloper.
Got him! Move it!
Show no mercy.
Vasaraga, you hold that side.
Got it. I won't fail you.
Aggressium.
Our best! Keep up!
Pardon,
Well, that didn't do much.
Because her magic swords play offense and defense. We need to smash him. Show him who's boss. Got him!
Bitter party.
Jump it!
He goes.
Well, it would be nice if your shield would gone.
Oh yeah!
Now then. My blade hunger. Shall we take a mulligan?
Over here!
You're performing marvelously.
Oh really? I haven't even gotten started yet.
That makes two of us. Now that we've
Infinite
learned
wonder!
that,
Hot enough
say
for
we
you?
ratchet up the tempo.
Lady,
Now
please
it's
allow
on.
us to assist.
Stand down. I will not tolerate such
Huh.
shameful tactics.
Hey, if they want in, no skin off my back. That way we can really cut loose.
All right, then. Your words, not mine. Behold the quintessence of the sword blade.
Just my luck.
Close call.
Oh, we'll survive.
Got him! Infinite wonder!
Oh, if only I could have held out a bit longer. What a shame.
Nah, you put up a good fight. I'm down to spar again anytime.
Yeah. I grow weary of this force. Heed me. Glorious weapons of yore.
No, at least it's not that big combo one.
To battle. The hammer forged by storm. Behold! Erupted from demons. Pray, Google. Safeguard by divinity. Caduceus.
Now it's on. Close call.
Nice move, Zeta.
My legend!
Come on, idiot!
Nearly time
Jump
for the
it!
curtain to fall.
So, you're starting to feel it too, huh?
My. Are you two ready to throw in the towel?
What a joke! You want to test me, then let's go!
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah! Eat this! Over here! Bring it! Got him!
Anti-sheriff battles are amazing!
Art, hold on! Vaughn? What are you doing here?
I'm sorry.
Stop worrying about you. This situation is...
Well, we did it.
That was a sight to see. Thank you both for exhibiting the beauty of Arves and Grinnoth.
You're not so bad yourself. Most people would have lost to us by now. Bring it! Come on. Yep. Mission complete. You'd better have a good reason for sneaking in here, little man.
I didn't want you getting hurt. That's all.
Oh, why didn't you stay put like I told you to? I said this wasn't a game. There's no excuse for being a distraction on the battlefield. Every swordsman knows that, even rookies. Vaughn fell silent, realizing he couldn't argue back. He just stood there with his head hanging down. Crap. Was I too hard on him? But here's the thing about warfare. If you're all valor and no discretion, you're gonna end up in a coffin real fast.
I messed up. I'm sorry.
Vaughn looked so miserable. It was like watching a kid choke down bitter medicine. What could I say to soften the blow?
You made a mistake, but your intentions were true. It takes courage to own up to one's error and apologize.
Vasaraga gently clapped the boy on the shoulder with his rugged mitt. Vaughn quickly perked up after that. Vasaraga's like a giant teddy bear when it comes to kids. I can count on him to smooth things over when I get too preachy. No arguments there. Oh well, what's done is done. Me chewing you out isn't gonna change the past. Thanks, Vasaraga. I needed that save.
Hold on, Zeta. Don't move.
He reached up and applied a cool, damp salve onto my right cheek.
I wasn't lying when I said I was worried about you. See?
Aww.
You did get injured.
Hey, even the pros get banged up every now and then. It's not really an injury per se, more like a scratch. I'm amazed you even spotted it.
Just so you know, this medicine was made from the ingredients you collected. The hospital director was really happy for your help.
Sheesh. When was the last time someone coddled me this much over a tiny cut? I had to admit it felt nice. Thank you, Vaughn.
I think we're about done here. Come on, Vaughn. I'll take you home.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say Vaughn had taken a shine to the big guy. It wasn't hard to see why, given the way Vasaraga treated him with kid gloves and all.
You have my thanks for giving me a taste of Arves and Grinnoth. You both handled those weapons with skill and finesse.
Damn right we did. You didn't even make us break a sweat.
Is that so?
I got the sense that this weapons nut wasn't actually invested in the fight itself. She just wanted an excuse to research Arves.
No.
And maybe to brag about her own collection. Kind of funny how just talking about tools of destruction sends her into a frenzy. Then again, I get hyped about testing my combat skills, so who am I to judge? By the way, I think we deserve a bit of compensation for our troubles.
Oh dear, how silly of me. You're right. I must pay the price for losing the challenge. I suppose I could bid farewell to my precious, beloved Gaibolg.
Oh, come on. Don't make me out to be the bad guy. How about this? Why don't you treat me to the tastiest dessert this Skydom has to offer? Maglielle's frown vanished in the blink of an eye, and her tears dried up like magic, though I'm not even sure she was crying in the first place.
Why, 'twould be my pleasure. Did you know there is a hidden gem of a bistro that serves pancakes topped with rare fruits right here in Seed Hollow?
Shut up! What kind of rare fruits are we talking about? She was literally bouncing with excitement.
Cultivated by only the greenest of green thumbs, each luxurious piece of nature's candy is a crowning achievement of sweetness. The cream of the crop. You simply must taste it to believe the capital's best-kept secret.
Huh. So you do have other hobbies outside of weapon collecting. Alrighty, you're on. I'll be in touch about dates and stuff.
Huh.
As I left the castle hall behind, I saw that Vasaraga and Vaughn hadn't gotten much of a head start on me. I ran to catch up to them, all the while wondering, does Vasaraga like pancakes? And as strange as it sounds, out of all the missions I'd wrapped up lately, I hadn't felt a greater sense of accomplishment than in that moment.
Yay! Another slot. Oh, he's about to get out his true feelings. And she's like, damn son, stop gooning after me.
After the show,
Gotta pay for my OnlyFans.
It was a while before I saw Vaughn again. Hey, little man. I was wondering when you were gonna pop in. How you holding up these days? His hair had grown out a bit since we last talked. I had no idea that much time had already passed. He seemed downcast, as if he had something heavy on his mind. Maybe I could get him to open up about it. Is there something you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, how should I put this? I like you, Zeta.
He was trying to keep his embarrassment at bay. But the way he
Hmm.
fumbled his words betrayed his emotions. Thanks. Is that all you wanted to tell me?
No, there's more. I'm gonna get stronger. As strong as you and Vasaraga.
He had a deadly serious look in his eye. Kid must have thought long and hard about this. Is that so? Here was a side of Vaughn I had never seen before. More earnest. More mature. I felt a swell of pride as a smile crossed my face.
Yup. That's why I'm calling off all marriage proposals for now.
Oh? Why the sudden 180?
Interesting.
I just think it'd be better for us to stop seeing each other for a while.
He's bringing up on me.
It's going to be tough on me too, but I think we both need time apart.
I did not see this coming. No, don't talk like that. I refuse to let anyone get the wrong idea about us.
But I can't marry you yet.
There wasn't gonna be a wedding anyway. My point is you and I were never.
I'm sorry, Zeta. It's not you. It's me.
Stop! Don't even think about saying another word. He wasn't listening to me anymore. He'd already written his own headcanon. But you know what? It was sorta nice to be doted on. For what it's worth, I like to think I taught him a few life lessons, too. I'd forgotten what it was like to view the world through the innocent eyes of a child. Hanging out with Vaughn took me back to a simpler time. Thanks for jogging my memory, little man. Funny thing is, dwelling on the past isn't my style. Not at all. Living in the now is my MO. But one thing's for sure. I'll never forget the time I spent with Vaughn.
And the fact that he gaslit us into thinking this, that man, he's gonna be a dangerous player in the future.
Dear Zeta, I'm doing well. How about you? thanks to all the hours I put into sword practice, the dojo accepted me as a disciple. I'm on my way to becoming a man worthy of your hand. I'm sorry you have to wait, but someday, I'll take the stone you gave me to Fulka and have it made into a ring. Take care of yourself. Sincerely, Vaughn. P.S. I don't mind if you see other people if it's just a fling.
You cheeky little brat. You just keep doing your thing, Vaughn. It's funny how you don't miss someone until they're gone. Regardless, I was happy to hear that Vaughn was doing well for himself. It's okay to see other people, huh? That's a good one. It's such a nice day today. The breeze was subtle, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Just as I was beginning to take in the morning calm, a lone figure appeared on the deck of the Grand Cipher.
Greetings, Zeta. Are you ready for the best pancakes of your life?
You better believe I was ready. Nothing gets between me and my dessert. Now let's just say when I arrive in Seed Hollow, and a certain lovelorn puppy dog comes sprinting over to propose to me, my answer to him would be, "In your dreams, little man." Today is my first day off in forever, and I'm gonna party it up.
Handmade pendant.
There are 10 of us that make up the Eternals. We're said to be the strongest fighters wielding the strongest weapons in the skies. Our formidable presence alone was enough to deter conflict before it arose, so rarely did I need to draw an arrow. I joined the Eternals because I agreed with their mantra of solving disputes without bloodshed. But on a personal level, I just wanted to spend time with others who knew the pain of being ostracized for being atypical. So imagine my dismay when I discovered their penchants for being antisocial.
Aww.
We don't even go out for dinner together. What's up with that?
Aww.
Well, everyone's got their own thing going, I guess. But it's a shame we don't indulge in our hobbies together. Not all hope is lost, though. A lot of us have really opened up since we started traveling with the captain's crew.
That's good.
Speaking of the crew, I wonder how they're doing right now. Last time I saw them was before they left for Zega Grande Skydom. And according to the latest gossip from Onra's merchant contacts, the region was experiencing a massive uprising. When Sovan heard the news, of course he leapt into action and headed there himself. Sovan's a principled man, but sometimes he can be blinded by zeal. Like the time the 7-star sword manipulated him into attacking his fellow Eternals. Yep, including me. So, I thought I should go and keep an eye on him. It wasn't that I was worried about him, per se. Better to have extra help on hand should complications develop, you know? Besides, I was doing this as a favor to Onra, too. And as long as I was making excuses, I might as well confess. Although I never miss my target, I certainly missed the captain and the crew.
She's a good character. Powerful, too. I was gonna say, wait, progressed. What does that mean? I'm pretty sure I beat the game. Unless there's like missions I have to do. I guess we'll find out.
Mother said she would bring us salvation. It was a glorious message, and for that she gained a devoted following. As for me, how could I doubt the woman who pulled me from the fiery wreck, who raised me as her own? I thought that together we would save the Sky Realm, even if it meant cutting down any who opposed us. But over time, the sacrifices began to mount. I struggled. My reason battled with my heart, which battled with my conscience. Mother was pure and righteous, but to sacrifice the entire Sky Realm. No. She just lost her way for a bit. She'd wake up one day and see she had strayed. As her child, as her defender, I wanted to believe that she'd change for me. Even at the very end, when I was forced to turn my sword on her, I was praying for an alternative. Any alternative. But she would not repent. And I was confronted with the full force of the atrocities I'd committed in Avia's name. But there was one light left to guide me.
Just follow your heart. It might lead you to scary places, but at least you'll know you're being true to yourself.
Thank you, Lyria. If you hadn't reminded me of my own strength, I'd still be in the dark following Lilith. I swear to you that I will fix even more than I destroyed. And one day, perhaps I will be worthy of your forgiveness.
No, Ed. One day. But it's the day of destiny! The day of destiny. Sorry. The pick of destiny.
15 years ago, Dolly fell prey to a violent catastrophe. One that still lives etched in my mind. There was an explosion. Immense and sudden. My home went up in flames, and with it the only life I had ever known. People were fleeing and dying in all directions. The air was filled with screams and the smell of burning. Then I heard it. The soul-piercing roar of a dragon. My short life should have come to an end that day. Except...
It's okay. Let me be the one to save you.
salvation came in the form of a kind woman. Her name was Lilith, prophet of the pilgrims of Avia. From that day forth, she was both my mother and mentor. I worshipped her. And the thing about devotion is, it makes you blind. Mother had followers in the hundreds, thousands, and my simple child's mind thought, well, if this many people have faith in her, she has to be good, right? I wanted desperately to be of use to her. So I trained to be the perfect guardian.
Young Id, one day you shall be as mighty as I!
General Galanza taught me how to fight.
You wouldn't want the other pilgrims saying you're riding your mother's coattails, would you? Then you must prove yourself.
General Magliel taught me why we fight. Her training was harsh, but that's how I acquired the makings of a general. All effort, no nepotism. Finally, I had some value to Mother. Her sharpest sword. I never felt happier or more accomplished. I thought we were going to save the Sky Realm. The naivete of it all.
Naivete. So this
After we
is, I guess,
captured the shaman
him.
of salvation for Lilith's cause.
Oh no!
I was assigned to be the girl's keeper.
All right, so we're learning more about his perspective of all the past events leading up to the.
Every time I took Lyria to a primal beast altar, they'd be there.
To us, him joining us. I'm guessing.
I mean, there was a time or two we had to cooperate to prevent widespread calamity. That's beside the point. They were standing in the way of Lilith's mission, opening a path to the promised land, Astalucia, and bringing salvation to all Sky Dwellers. Salvation. That's a powerful word in a messed up world like ours. No wonder everyone got roped in by her lies. Lilith was no more than an astral desperate to return to her home dimension, and she would have sacrificed the whole Sky Realm to do it. I tried to reason with her. Might as well have asked an avalanche to change course. So I turned to prayer. But what are hopes and belief without action? So left with no other choice, I joined the crew of the Grand Cipher to dispatch my own mother. But I never could have foreseen what would happen next. Lilith did something, and freed a monster from within me. The dragon I'd seen the day Dolly burned, with wings so vast they overshadowed all of Sega Grande. Bahamut Versa. But then I learned Bahamut didn't cause the Dolly calamity. It had come to stop it. It was Lilith who killed my family and razed my home. She'd only let me live for one reason. She needed a vessel to seal the dragon in. And I was conveniently nearby. She'd raised me to win my loyalty and protect herself from the god of destruction now living inside me. But when I stopped being of use to her, she abandoned me and let me turn into Bahamut. I don't know how to describe the feeling of flesh melting into scales, of fire filling your stomach. All human warmth, human blood seemed to rush from my veins, and it was replaced by an overwhelming urge to destroy. It was like being swept away in a torrent. Any attempt to fight it only made the suffering worse. I was so tempted to give in.
Temptation.
Wouldn't let me. Apparently, the captain was sure I wouldn't lose my soul battle with Bahamut. So to help me along, they decided to beat on the dragon from the outside until he coughed me up. Yeah, not the most elaborate plan. But it worked. The whole time they were fighting, they called my name, and the sound of their voices brought me back. I split myself from Bahamut, then joined the crew to take it down. We had our losses, though. Bahamut hit me and the captain with a blow that sent us hurtling into another dimension. A man named Roland dove in to save us, sacrificing himself along the way. And that's how we came back to Folka without him. Roland used to be the local Mr. Fix-It, by the way. And I took up that mantle. I owed him that much. And I figured it'd be a first step in making amends.
Okay, let's see how. Well, being Mr. Fitzer is a slow step.
And that's where this new chapter in my life begins. Me, as the new Mr. Fix-It. After clearing up some requests, I thought I'd earn some, I don't know, respect, honor, from the Crew Alliance Rafale. But it seems you can't buy forgiveness so easily.
Ahem. So I believe we're all aware of Avia's assault on Seed Hollow.
She looked straight at me as she spoke. The actions of the pilgrims, myself included, had left a number of locals without homes. There was a plan to resettle volunteers in Tempil, give them a fresh start.
They're going to be out in the open, moving, building. This includes children and the elderly. Your job would be to protect the settlers until their homes are up. Trustworthy Skyfarers only.
Hey, don't push yourself. You can sit this one out, you know.
Rackham lay a hand on my shoulder, but I shook my head at him. We take it. This is right. I couldn't stay stuck in the past forever. I needed to move on. I needed to help those I hurt move on. It wasn't an easy choice, though. Our patron, The family who was bankrolling this mission didn't know I'd worked for Avia. And I didn't know if I had the guts to tell them.
Does he?
Yeah, I know. How am I supposed to atone for crimes I'm too scared to admit? Still, one step at a time. Too much of a coward to take responsibility? Fine. I could at least start by repairing some of the damage I'd done. I'd make sure the settlers built in peace. And if one of them happened to find out about my past, then that would be that. I'd accept whatever punishment they saw fit to give me. It didn't matter where I hid or how far I ran. Retribution would find me eventually.
Okay, we're going to do some horrid stuff.
The ride to Tempeal was uneventful. The proposed relocation site was set near an old storehouse by the river.
By
There
the
was water
river.
here, and the building could be repurposed for homes. The migrants dragged their feet and often looked back towards Seed Hollow. Most had been born and raised there. We'd been hired as bodyguards, but for the time being at least, all was quiet. Just the sound of wind and running water.
Oh.
Patrols didn't take long, and only 1 or 2 people had to go at a time. The rest of us found other ways to keep busy. Carrying supplies, repairing the storehouse, prepping materials, cooking. Whatever needed doing, we did it. While the adults were building the new body of the village, the children, they were forming the new heart of it. It's amazing how kids can find happiness in just about anything. The world's fresh and new to them. Down by the river, they discovered unfamiliar plants and bugs with funny shapes. In the old storehouse, they looked for hidden treasure and lost stories.
Oh.
Sure, sometimes they got in the way of work and were scolded. But you could tell the adults appreciated having the kids around. It gave them hope.
Because if
Theo
kids
and
are around,
Maria
it means
were their
cheers are
self-appointed
around.
babysitters.
It means a
They
new
called it
generation will be
serious
around.
work, but it looked like fun and games to me. Those kids didn't have a care in the world. Well, all except one of them. There was a girl who would always glance my way, pretty much from day one of this job. I say girl, but she was a Harvin, so her age was hard to pinpoint. But she played with the kids more than she worked, so I assumed. Anyways, turned out she was a teenager. That would explain the looks she gave me. I don't think any kid could have been filled with such fear, such anger, such hate. Didn't take much to guess why she had a grudge against me. But she made sure I knew. It happened one day when I was on my way to the storehouse to stack some freight. She was in my path, and since I had a load of boxes in my arms, I almost bowled her over.
Don't come closer!
Her voice
Stab.
was loud and shrill. I won't hurt you. I promise.
Yeah, right. Everyone else might have forgotten you, but I haven't. We're here because of you.
Her name was Shiralu, 14 years old. Parents volunteered to come on this resettlement mission after they had lost their livelihoods back in Seed Hollow. She had reason to hate me. During this whole exchange, I felt strangely relieved. No more waiting in the shadows, trying to work up the courage to atone. Atonement had come for me.
Why are you here? To take our new homes?
Yes.
Never.
Okay.
I only wished I were better with words. To convey even a fraction of the guilt I felt. To give her even the slightest comfort. Not a day goes by where I don't regret what I've done. I wanted to tell her I was ready to repent, but my voice came out flat, insincere.
I don't believe that for a second! You're a liar! A liar and...
But she was cut off by warning bells. I raced back to the settlement center, where I found Rackham.
Goblin sighting! Get everyone inside the gates, pronto!
Oh, we get
His
to be a
voice rose
goblin
up over the
slayer.
cacophony.
An attack! But my father just left for the storehouse!
Remain here. I'll find him. I left without waiting for a response.
Come on, just like we practiced.
Break it, leg. We'll handle the goblins.
Yep, everyone's safe. Should be. That's why we're here, isn't it? Now come on, we got goblin tails to kick.
A bloom for every season.
No falling under my watch.
Strike true!
Nice.
There's more here. They're trying the pincer maneuver. Vern, you watch over the settlers.
Got it! Leave it to me!
Refreshing.
I see through you. It's over!
There's so many. Where'd they all come from?
Heard this place used to be Monster Central. Guess these are the stragglers.
Bad news, guys! Some girl named Shiraloo has gone missing! No! What if
Don't assume anything, Miria. First, we secure the area, then we start a search.
Shiraloo? Wasn't that the Harvard girl?
Do you know something?
Great, we'll get the search party started. Right after these messages.
Oh, you.
Got you now! Miss me!
Full bloom! Don't play
Stay
too
there.
hard.
Hey! I heard Shiraloo's near the windmill!
Yeah, that sounds about right. She was worried about her dad.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go!
Go, go, go. Save the kid.
Heads up! There's another goblin band over here!
What? Shiraloo, where did you go?
Focus on the fight at hand. Here they come.
Please be okay.
Oh, kid! Far away!
Get back! It's over!
I don't think you can take
Got you now!
Is someone there? Shiraloo!
Don't worry, we're here to help. Do you think you can stay hidden for a bit?
Yeah, I can do that. Thank you.
Okay.
There's more! Out of my way!
Wait, I recognize that voice.
Oh, fuck me.
I'll be right there!
Welcome to my garden.
Strike true!
You're walking alone. Refreshing.
And now we have the more powerful version.
You have my aid.
My prey!
I don't think you can take much more.
Come, Crimson Lord.
Appropriate to use the dragon breath.
Looks like we're all clear. You can come out now, Shiraloo.
It was a close call, but we managed to find Shiraloo in time.
Everything's going to be okay now. Thank you.
Lyria ran over to the girl. I don't think Shiralu was injured, but her face was pale, and her lips were tight. It had to have been me. The reason she looked so pained. If I hadn't forced her from her home, she wouldn't have almost lost her life. I turned and walked a few steps. I'll secure the way back. Bring her when she feels better.
Wait, Id.
Shiralu needed good people around her. What did I ever bring but suffering?
Oh.
Hello.
Got a couple more to do. 1, 2, 3. So before this.
The day after the goblin attack, I had an unlikely visitor. Shiralu.
You didn't have to save me, but thank you.
That took me completely off guard. I searched wildly in my mind for a response, but all that came out was, I was just trying to do the right thing.
Look, Avia almost destroyed Seed Hollow, and I won't ever forgive you for that. Do you know how many people were hurt?
I'm sorry. Like I said, words, not my strong point. Is there any way I can make amends? I will do anything. She looked at me for a moment, her lips working, searching for an answer. Her eyes slowly welled up with tears.
Can you bring back the dead? I didn't think so.
If I could trade my life for even one I'd taken, I'd have done it in a heartbeat. But she was right. Those people were gone, and never coming back.
I can't talk about this now. Maybe I shouldn't have come. Have a good... goodbye.
She turned and walked away. Her voice shook the entire time we were talking. With anger, I guessed. And grief. But she'd still forced herself to thank me. It hit me then how kind she was. If Avia had never existed, she might have never known the corrosive influence of hate. Our crimes went beyond the people we killed. Even those that survived, they now had to live with the trauma and sleepless nights. It was all so heavy. I was beginning to see that I'd never be able to atone. Not if I had 100,000 years and all the power in the skies.
Okay. Well, he does feel bad.
We now knew the settlement was a prime target for goblins. We'd cleared out a band of them, but there would always be more. We decided to tighten our defenses. More frequent patrols with bigger teams. I was quick to volunteer for the first shift. Lyria, Vern, and the captain came along.
Hey, we noticed things are kind of tense between you and Shiralu. Do you want to talk about it?
Lyria kept pace beside me, peering up into my face. What's there to say? My past was for me to solve. I didn't need to make the crew part of my guilt.
She knew, didn't she, that you were once part of Avia?
All right, fine. Who was I kidding? No one kept secrets with these three around. Someone was going to find out eventually. Just don't worry about it. But Vern and Lyria pushed back.
We're buds now, right? Your problems are my problems.
Exactly. We can talk to Shiralu together. This is your chance to make things right.
Yes.
You know, sometimes when you feel lost in a hostile world, that's all it takes to put things into perspective. a few kind words. Okay. But there's no half-assing it. Whatever Shirolu asks, we give it to her. Do you understand? I was offered no answer, but their eyes told me enough. Sins are only burned away through atonement. This was the way things had to be. We walked for a while in silence, until finally the captain nodded. And I was told the crew would do what was right.
Alright, I think this is probably the last one we can do. And this is what we'll call off the very long video about fates exposed.
Days passed, and the demeanor of the settlers when they were around me began to change. Bright eyes turned into cold stares. Open hands clenched into fists, smiles morphed into sneers. They had begun avoiding me, too. It was easy enough to guess why. On an afternoon, buried under gray clouds, the rest of the crew gathered around me in a show of solidarity. I'd recommend keeping your distance. I'm a known criminal now. I stared ahead of me into empty space. Maybe Shirolu had told the others about me. Maybe she hadn't. What did it matter? The truth was bound to come out eventually. This was justice.
But Id, you didn't hurt anyone because you wanted to. You were being controlled.
The captain knelt
It
beside
doesn't
me
matter.
and pointed out excuses I'd rehearsed in my mind a million times before. And as a child, I couldn't have known the difference between right and wrong. That as an adult, I was blinded by my love for Lilith. That in choosing to turn against my family for the sake of the skies, I had sacrificed the most. Yeah, I had misguided intentions. So what? If that were a real defense, we wouldn't have any villains, would we?
No.
I deserve to be judged for my actions, and
Yes.
my actions alone. They all fell silent after that.
Okay. And with that, that is all the episodes. There's only a couple because they're mostly at the higher levels. So like once you hit level 60 with them, they unlock. Except for these ones, because I was like, wait, these ones are much higher. But that's fine. So the next thing I'll do will be doing on Twitch tomorrow, but that doesn't matter for you guys, but you'll see in the video because I'll upload it. Will be all the different missions I can do. I think, and once you do all the hard missions, and it unlocks very hard, and I think then it's like a higher tier for that as well.
Let's see.
But until then, I'll catch you on the next part. See ya.